Welcome to South Florida. Yeah. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida. The bottom of the clip of the gunshine state. Ha. One of them boys still boating in that way. Big plate, get it for the 18 if you straight. Get cake and stop hating, it's the motto of the state. A lot of face, but it's still real around here. That foreign talk, that can get you killed down here. Niggas better learn the lingo, cause they'll be looking for you in that water finding Nemo. See, Palm Beach County be the craziest. Them Broward County niggas be the craziest. And them Dade County niggas be the wildest. Shout out to Belle Glaze and my niggas at Fort Myers. Salute to all my Florida boys out here on the grind. When niggas out here getting dough with that snow and the sunshine. Ducking nine, waiting at the port to bring in that order. Cause niggas like depend on what come across that water. Welcome to South. I was born in the South, raised in the South. A Dade County nigga that was made in the South.
Yo.
What's good, man? What's going on? Y'all come on in here, man. Hit the like button, share. Yeah, we had to push it off for a little bit, man. We from 8 to 9. But we here now. What she say on Color Purple? I'm black. I'm ugly. But I was here.
Hey, Happy New Year, man. Shout out to, I think it's the first live show of the year. It only took us 5 days.
I know, right? We gotta visit our people more often than that.
We do.
So y'all get in here, man. Hit the like button, share. Share it to a Kane fan, man. Send it to a Kane fan, a friend, or something like that. Somebody said they need an update video 2024.
It's on the way, man.
Man, we'll get there, man. Come on, man. We listen to Bill Cosby. We got TV shows play the same intro for 10 years. Seinfeld had the same intro. We got to change ours every year, you know what I'm saying? What, because it got visuals? Nah, man. We showing y'all where it started at. 5 years from now, they're going to be saying, where the old intro at, man? Remember when James and Cam used to be running out with the smoke? Remember in the empty stadium? Now we winning in a stadium full.
That's fair.
What's going on, man? So listen, bro. I mean, we got a lot to talk. Well, not a lot to talk about, but we're gonna get in here and run a few things. Tour. I'm not sure if Tour is actually in Taulia.
Taulia. Is it Taulia?
Taulia.
Someone in the comments give us the proper
They got websites that do it. Let me see. We don't know if he's actually in the portal.
Taulia.
I don't know if he's actually in the portal. I know he's there for a fact that they're waiting on the NCAA to give them word.
Yeah, to grant the waiver.
And then he'll probably jump in the portal then. A lot of times when these kids are thinking about jumping in the portal, people go ahead and report that they're in the portal. Let's see. See, it's a website that do this. Let's see if it works. Let's see.
It's gonna say Tagovailoa.
You used the website before?
No, I'm just talking shit.
Taulia. Yeah.
Like a Leah with a T. What's good, Rich?
Taulia. So Taulia Tagovailoa, how tall is he? 5'10"?
Yeah, 5'11".
5'11",
Hawaiian
5'10".
They don't run as much.
Nobody's De'Aaron King, man. I remember the first day I saw De'Aaron King at practice, man. I thought it was bring a kid to work day or something, bro. Nobody told me De'Aaron King was a little person, dog. I was shocked. I actually felt robbed, bro. Like nobody told me.
You never watched him on video before that?
It was weird, bro. Like I never saw him in the press conference. Like I never paid attention to his height, only the plays he made. When I saw him there, I was like, man, this is par for the course, man. We just got a midget quarterback. That's how I felt. Like, damn, I knew something was up.
And then what? You saw
I was
him
shocked.
play.
I was shocked, though. I did not do my homework on that. I did not do my homework on that one, though. I was that one caught me off guard. If anybody in here was listening to the show that day, dog, I was shocked.
Do you think
I
it's because
really
his aura?
was.
Like he had a bigger aura than like actual stature?
Yeah, it's just like something I never thought about. I just saw the playmaking, and it's something I never thought about. And then you assume that these guys, like you assume that these guys are a lot taller than they look because they're standing next to giants. So sometimes you don't even pay attention to it. So Taulia season stats: he had 25 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 3,377 yards, quarterback rating 73.5.
I think he was kind of up there on interceptions, but it wasn't Tyler. So
Yeah, 11.
Yeah, and he had no offensive line, so he was running for his life often in the Big Ten. So for those who just getting in here, I see he was running for his life often in the Big Ten.
Oh.
For those just getting in here, make sure I hit the like button. Shout out to Rich. We're not saying we're getting. Say it again, Street.
Taulia.
Taulia.
Taulia Tagovailoa. We're not saying that. We're saying there's a chance that if he gets his waiver approved, Miami is probably the destination. We're roughly 65% sure of that. I don't think it's even a financial thing. I think that's more family than anything. So, but let us know.
Tag up. Today, I'm gonna see if I can get her to pronounce the whole name.
Let us know in the comments. We haven't talked to y'all in a while.
If you're not a villain, we talk to the villain.
Oh yeah, villains got love, but
it's every day, all day long, 24/7. If you're not a villain, we have to talk.
To the villains, you kind of understand what happened.
There it is, dog. Taulia Tagovailoa. Yeah.
I guess.
So right. If he comes available, could be an option because at the end of the day, Miami's looking for. Let me get this off right here first, Mitty, and then y'all can chime in. At the end of the day, Miami's looking for a veteran quarterback. We got how many quarterbacks on the roster? 2.
Scholarship quarterbacks 2, 4 in total.
How many coming in? 1. 1. Judd
Anderson.
So that puts us at 3. We should have at least 5, right?
We got 2 walk-ons, but I mean,
yeah, we should have at least 5. Not much experience in the room. So Miami was looking for an experienced quarterback. Period. Miami was looking for drop dead veteran guy. These last 3 weeks, they've researched over 80 quarterbacks. I heard they looked under every stone and they went after the guys. So went to Ja'Cory Brown, going to go. Cat Williams when Street interviewed him. Yeah, they looked under every rock for a guy. They were looking for a guy. And I'm gonna break this down to y'all a little bit, and because I know y'all seen my Ja'Cory Brown opportunity videos. It's no different than what we was telling y'all. I mean, like, we was all telling y'all, me, Matty, Rich, Kyle X. We was all telling y'all the story before it even happened. Now it plays out to fruition. Y'all see Ja'Cory Brown has arms. He has two arms. He has eyes. He knows what the wide receiver is supposed to be, and he can actually throw the ball to them. Y'all got to see that yourself, right? Ja'Cory Brown, I've always thought could be our future. If you listen to the interviews with Ja'Cory Brown wants to be our future when he's ready to be our future completely. You saw he went out there, poised in the pocket. Like he looked like a different quarterback. Does he still have some work? Yes, he has some growing to do because he hasn't played much. That's one of the reasons. Right. So if you bring in a guy like Taulia, right? I think a guy like Tagovailoa, I think that would be a real quarterback battle, right? Rich, this is not going to be a makeshift quarterback battle like Cam Ward, and Cam Ward just wins it because he has the money. But I think Tua and JB and Emery will be a real quarterback battle, right?
I think so. I think so. Um, I it will be for sure because there's no way you're gonna just give the keys over to Taulia either. So there's upside with Taulia. He's thrown for a lot of yards in college football.
Uh-huh.
Um, so you definitely have a higher floor with Taulia. With JB, however, you have a higher ceiling for sure. So that's the thing. You know, and it's all of this is a narrative too. I mean, you got some of the fan base who are right there with, the staff evaluating every single quarterback that puts his name in the transfer portal. And then you got fans who are like, they're standing on, the fact that we got to develop a guy who looks like what college football looks like. If we want to talk about prototypical,
Right.
guys who look like Ja'Cory Brown are the ones who are winning Heisman's and going in the first round and winning tough games and so on and so forth. So, it is what it is.
What about you, Matty? You think this is a fair, or you think Tua should get the nod? Because I honestly believe if Tua gets the nod, JB goes and sit down again, gets back to the work, um, gets better at his craft, and gives us 2 strong years or whatever. You know what I'm saying? However it has to shake out. But you think it's a real quarterback battle if Tua was to come in?
Just from the insight that I've got, I think the the belief has always been whoever was gonna come into this year, as in 2024 season, was gonna be the person that straight up won the quarterback competition.
Mm-hmm.
For the Villains, when we reported this, we gave them the understanding that as of now, right,
Right.
Ja'Cory's going to be QB1 heading into spring.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, things have changed, and Taulia is now the guy that has an opportunity to come here. But the staff never blew smoke up his ass and said, "Hey, you know, you're the starter, point blank. Period." They told him that, "Hey, you're the starter going into spring, and then you're going to be, the guy that has an opportunity to be the starter for the season, but it's going to be a competition." And I don't think that's anything that's a secret, right? And I think that's while I'm not the best person at taking in consideration what some coaches may or may not say, because let's be clear, coaches lie. I think that having that option come out and putting the best person in that's going to put you in the best position to win games, is the way to go about it. Yeah, I know who I'm
Okay.
with. You know I'm signed with, and that's always going to be JB11, just because. Yeah, I've when everybody else was clamoring, I'm not gonna go back there again. That was last season. But if y'all know me and y'all watching this, y'all know how I stood on business. I didn't go like I said if Cam was coming, I was good with that. But I always said give JB the shot. So
I believe well tour Maryland. What did he do last year? Let's see.
Talia.
Taulia tour. Taulia tour, little brother. He was at Maryland for 4 years, huh?
Yeah.
yeah, that's what the issue is. But I guess
Oh,
they're arguing that in the games that he quote unquote took snaps that would have exhausted his eligibility at Alabama, he was taking knees. Like it wasn't like he was getting meaningful snaps. Like the game
wow.
was out of
That's
reach.
crazy.
They were blowing teams out by 70, and he would just come in and take a knee, and they're like, "Well, he played in the game," so it's like,
Right. Because if you look it up, it's weird. When you look up his Alabama stats, right, it doesn't show that he played in 4 games because he doesn't
yeah,
have stats. You
hmm
would have to actually look up his snap count or some shit somewhere. You know what I'm saying? That's what was confusing.
yeah. You see in the rushing yards, it has like -2. That's him literally
Right.
taking a knee.
So he had almost a 4,000 yard year at Maryland in 21, and then 3,000 yard years. He threw 11 interceptions in 21 and 23, and 8 interceptions in 22.
Here's the funny part, Street. Under not one but two former Miami offensive coordinators.
Really?
Not one but two. Yeah,
The other one.
Dan Enos was there for a season.
Oh, yeah. Right. And I think by now I'm gonna let the cat out the bag. Gaddis wasn't as bad as we thought he was. I think Gaddis was dealing with the Tyler Van Dyke enigma the same way y'all saw Dawson deal with it this year. Okay, that cat's out the bag. But Gaddis figured it out
Well, I
before
gotta,
Dawson figured it out. I think Gaddis figured it out after
I
Texas
gotta
A&M.
piggyback on that though. Nah, you're absolutely right. But to piggyback on that, I think we're all suffering from like PTSD from TVD. Like, um, because even with us going after the search for another quarterback as hard as we have been, and the money that we are still are or have been willing to put up, this all goes back to just the fact that we're trying to erase a taste out of our mouth that, you know, I believe any quarterback that has some type of head on his shoulders is not going to give you that same taste. And I think we're really trying to get past Tyler in a bad way, and not really looking at sitting back and just looking at the team and saying, okay, well, hold on, we need a lot of pieces of the puzzle in order for us to really do what we want to do for 2024. It's not just a quarterback position. That D line, I mean, we need experienced guys on that D line. We got some coming in. We could stand to use a little bit more in the secondary. And, you know, we just need to instill confidence in the quarterback that we have or the quarterback room that we have.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that they know the playbook. Make sure that they're practicing every single day, and make sure that you're getting them the resources that they need in order to get better. I think a lot of teams, it's not just Miami, a lot of teams have been caught up with their player development. You saw Ryan Days, his quotes in an article earlier talking about maybe we need to reevaluate how we do things with underclassmen because that Missouri game really showed us. Even Michigan players were like, That ain't the same Ohio State team we played in the regular season because all those players sat out and players jumping in the portal, their starting quarterback jumping in the portal, and it
Right.
really made them reevaluate. Hey, we got to get back to doing the thing we get paid for, which is coaching. I think we need to do the same thing. So let's not get caught up in who's going to be available in the transfer portal.
Uh-huh.
Let's really stick to our guns and build from within, and then that way, when those guys do come out in the transfer portal, we're a number one destination because they know exactly what type of work they're going to have to put in to wear this U. That's what the University of Miami has always been about.
Right.
Guys will come back here just to train if they was in the NFL, even if they didn't play for the U. They will come back here just to train during the off season. Why? Because they knew how much work we put in at the U. So we got to get back to that first, and then all the other stuff takes care of itself in terms of player acquisition. So we desperately did what we had to do, but now let's keep it moving. Let's continue to grow, and let's continue to grow our players.
Right. You know what the issue with that is, Mitty?
Issue of what?
Focusing on young guys, right? Developing young guys, getting your young guys PT, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what the issue with that is in today's game, Rich? Which is a fucking dilemma
But
for the coaches. A kid can't get recruited in the portal unless he really has film. Unless he was some high
mhm,
5 star, or unless it's the school that recruited you out of high school and they just didn't get you. Other than that, that kid isn't getting that kid isn't getting to another school until he puts some film, college film on tape once he gets to college. So what I think these coaches are doing,
facts.
yeah, I think these coaches are sitting these kids, right? And like, hell no, I'm not going to show you Jakari Brown. I will not show you um, Robbie Washington. You will not see, like, I would not give them a reason to Brashard Smith me. You know what I'm saying? Until it's their turn. And because it's weird that we fly to New York, we see Robbie Washington before the game. He's happier than the faggot with a bag of dicks. So I know he's finna play. That was a hardcore one, huh? Wasn't it? Wasn't it?
Off the top rope.
That was
Pause.
hard.
Yeah, we killed the top rope with that one.
Pause.
Extra pause.
That's hard too. That was like, oh, I hope y'all didn't catch that. But he's throwing up to you. I got video of him throwing up to you somewhere. He's happy. It looks like he's finna play, and then they don't really play. They don't play. It's kind of odd to me. And it's like, why wouldn't you play? Like we missing depth. Like why would? But I think certain players they don't need to get them film until it's time because they have to control these guys jumping in the portal until something comes to help control them. That's a wild theory, Streeter, but we gotta pause it. Shit about Rose. No, he was happy, dog. You ain't that happy before a game unless you about to play. He was happy.
That's fair.
Yeah, so I think a lot of that's at play, man. These coaches gonna have to figure it out, Rich. They're gonna have to figure it out. I don't know what they're gonna do. Start, I don't know, promising shit. I don't know.
Nah.
At the end of the rainbow, creating some retirement at the end of the year, some stipend they get. I don't know what they're gonna do.
I mean, you could always incentivize your NIL package for the players, but I would say this: like when you coaching at the park, or you coaching at Miami Edison High School, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have a lot of players that come and go. You have a lot of players that one year they could be playing for you, practicing with your squad. The next minute they at St. Thomas Aquinas or Chaminade or wherever. So it's kind of, you almost got to take the same approach of keeping your ear to the ground, where you know exactly what programs are not developing kids and where those high profile kids went, as well as those players that you want to come into your program, and whether a kid leaves or not because he has 1 year of film, let him go. Because here's the other thing too: if you are consistently in the 12-team playoff, right? Because that's what we got
Mm-hmm.
going on next year. If you're consistently there, and the kids feel like they're being developed at every single position group,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be real hard for them to ride out after 1 or 2 years. Because here's something that I see: some of these kids that are transferring to other schools, they're messing up their credits in terms of graduation, which doesn't mean a whole lot, I guess. But they're also messing up their opportunity to put more film on more film out there in order to then increase their draft stock. Because we're having that conversation about Taulia right now, right? He wants to
Right.
come to Miami after being in college football for 38 years. All right, cool. Well, who's
How
to
many
say that
years?
you're gonna? He
Dang.
he should damn near have a master's by now.
Mhm.
But who's to say that you're gonna put better film on wax than you did when you was at Maryland? Who's to say you even get in the game? Like, none of this is guaranteed.
Right.
So that's that you. I mean, that's what the kids is also having to assess. Like, we talk about Shamar Stewart. Shamar's been in college for 2 years, and based on him staying and all the D linemen that's rotating out of Texas A&M, he has a very good opportunity to be the full-time starter, not a rotational starter, full-time starter. And if he bets on himself and has 10 sacks, that's enough for Shamar to go to the league. So why it looks good. I mean, yes, you're gonna play for the team you grew up rooting for, but if Shamar come back home, it's some dogs on that practice field that he's gonna have to outplay in order to get playing time. So you might set yourself back 2 years by transferring to another school. So not all is well. Not every single school is gonna tell that quarterback or any other position, "Hey man, here's $1 million, and we're gonna guarantee that you the starter. No competition." It's 3,000
Right.
kids in the portal. Every kid ain't gonna get that deal.
No.
So I mean, unless you the elite guy, and then if you are the elite guy, you're gonna want to go to an elite school. So Miami, if you're not an elite school, if you're not developing kids, and if you're not developing coaches so that your coaches don't make dumb play calls and they know how to adjust, during the game so that you can win the game, the elite guys is always gonna price gouge you. When you call them up, they always gonna be like, "Yeah, dog, I need 2 million to come over there." They always gonna say
Mm-hmm.
nonsense like that.
Right. What you say?
So keep
Nonsense.
building you. Yeah, they gonna say that. Oh man, I need at least 1 million, coach. You know how that is. They gonna say that.
Right.
You if they call UGA with that nonsense, they're gonna be like, "Hello, hello," because UGA gonna hang up the phone. They built that though.
I see some of y'all have some pushback on my Gaddis comment, man. Listen, man, Gaddis went to Maryland. I got a guy that coaches at Maryland. I was like, hey, man, so who called the plays at Maryland? He said, what you mean? I mean, he says Gaddis' offense, Gaddis called the plays. I said, yeah. He said, yeah, bro, that's all him. He said, we started off good, but we had like a 7-game losing streak. He said, I say, so head coach Loxley wasn't like, he said, Loxley's an offensive guy. He said, but nah, Gaddis, that was Gaddis' room. So my only thing is, I think the common denominator is Tyler. That's what I believe, and I told you some Texas A&M game. It was confusing to me, the wide receivers' interaction with Tyler and the play calling at the goal line. And I came back and told y'all, man, it looked like Gaddis didn't trust Tyler. I said that with no. That's what it looked like to me. Like Gaddis didn't trust Tyler. So when we got to the goal line, we did dumb shit. Yeah, so I think the enigma was, I think Tyler was dressed in a first round draft pick suit, right? And everybody who walked up to him, he got introduced as such. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if they went deep enough or to figure out that I think it was like Scooby-Doo. At the end of Scooby-Doo, when they catch the guy and they be like, let's see who this is. And they zip him down and we're like, oh, it's Mr. Redman. And I would have got away with it, you meddling kids. And that's how Tyler did both of them at the end of the year. Right.
How about Tyler being on the sideline in full uniform for that Wisconsin bowl game?
I'm not.
Weird, right?
I'm not talking about part of that context. I'm not. The only thing I'm gonna say is the pressure. I refuse. Like he is no longer part of this program, and that was about as a resounding of a declaration that I'm not involved as it gets. Right. Imagine wanting to leave Miami in December to go be with Wisconsin. But I would say this: Phil Longo is who they give a lot of credit to for developing Drake May when he was in North Carolina. He gets a transfer. I can't remember his name, but he was at SMU with Lashley. Gets a transfer. The guy's okay. He's not great, but he's serviceable. And now you got a second year of transfer at a big time program, and you got to make that dude look like Drake May again. Because think about it for a second, we were having those people may forget. I don't forget. Two people that remember me and Pepperidge Farms. We were talking about the back-to-back and the comparison and how they played when they went head-to-head against each other, right? Were we not?
Right.
That week when we played UNC. So now Phil Longo got the I'm not gonna call it impossible. I'm gonna call it extremely difficult task of making him now look like a first-round draft quarterback. The odds have already been released for the favorite to win next year's Heisman. I can tell you right now, Tyler's not on it, but he's not even in the top 10. But if the only way I could disagree with Street's statement is if Phil Longo makes Tyler look like 2 years ago, not last year, 2 seasons ago, Drake May.
Right.
Good luck, motherfucker.
Because by now it should be figured out. I think Tyler is serviceable when asked to do what he's capable of doing. And what's more odd to me is that the NFL are tricked by these guys. Like those guys make it to the NFL. All the gurus, all the smart guys, all the computers, all the stats, all the scouts flying around, still are tricked by quarterbacks that
look like Tyler
can't read defenses. One read quarterbacks.
You know what? They tell 2-time MVPs like Lamar Jackson that he got to switch to wide receiver and running back.
Oh man, I was just watching that today, man, because I had to send my boy Scotty picking me up. Had to show him that Lamar Jackson video when Deion asked him when he got drafted. And the people, they're talking in the background. They're saying, what was the Browns GM name? I mean, what was the Ravens GM name? The black guy?
Ozzie Newsome.
Ozzie Newsome on his way out takes a huge chance. Take a big chance on Lamar Jackson. You know what I'm saying? It's this is where football may be going, but this is a big chance he's taking on Lamar Jackson. Motherfucker. To me, I was saying to myself, God, baby, this got a sure shot. this motherfucker. And boy, look what he really is.
But you see how I highlight that. You see how I highlight that comment from Faith Family Football.
Right.
It's the same thing. Even for everything he did, youngest MVP in NFL history. I'm part of winning second. But when it comes to us, they're just gonna move the goalposts.
Because I think he went to the playoffs right off the bat. I think he had been in the playoffs.
And now the argument is now playoff. So now he gotta. But I don't know if y'all remember. I remember because I remember he says, and I go back and watch it. Lamar was frustrated that he fell so far. And what did he come out? What did he come out and say to that interviewer when he finally got drafted?
And that was Deion Sanders.
It don't matter.
Was it Deion?
It was Deion Sanders.
That was a white woman, but he said something to the effect of. He said something to the effect of, "Baltimore about to get a championship out of me."
Yeah.
He ain't said they're gonna get an MVP. He ain't said they're gonna get a couple good plays.
He said a Super Bowl.
It's fading in and out.
Shout out to my Dolphins, but it might be his Super Bowl year.
Street, it's 2024, man.
Want to play it?
Yeah, we ain't gotta do all that, man. We ain't on hard times. You know what I'm saying?
Want to play it? I just wanted to see how fast I was. Now, I have been watching it tonight already.
Let me bring this back.
I can see it in your eyes. I can see you a little bit upset, a little deterred. But guess what?
I'm here.
It's here. You're here.
I'm a Raven. It's on. All year, every year. Yes, sir.
What could you have done differently that you could have gotten out of that room quicker and got drafted earlier in your career?
Nothing. I'm happy to be a Raven. It don't even matter.
Yesterday does not matter. You're looking forward to today.
I'm looking forward to being a Raven.
What are they getting?
Everything out of me. They're going to get a Super Bowl out of me. Believe that. Believe that.
Ozzie, man, I love you, man. Ozzie, you know I love you.
See, Deion, that's the most we can say on national TV. We can't say what we're trying to say. I love you, man. You right, but what do you really want to say? What do you really want to say?
Go ahead, Manny.
You know what you want to say?
What do you really want to say?
Nigga, you hit the jackpot.
Right.
Cha-ching.
Right.
Yesterday's price
is not today's price.
No, and you could tell Lamar was pissed, though. Like, you could tell he was pissed. It's crazy that Dalvin Cook signs with the Ravens, which should be illegal.
Oh, he just did?
That was yesterday, boy. Dalvin Cook signed with the Ravens. Dalvin Cook and Lamar played against each other in high school a few times.
This man trying to have a whole South Florida and Louisiana backfield and receiving core. What are we doing?
Yeah. Hey, his GM asked him. His GM was like, because he kept recommended wide receivers to get in the draft. And the GM started looking at the names. He was like, wait a minute. He said, Lamar, all of these guys are from South Florida. He's
like, no shit, Sherlock.
And they got Zay
Well,
Flowers.
you see what Zay Flowers turned out to be, right?
Right.
Straight dog. Straight dog. Straight
Man,
dog.
I'm happy for Dalvin too. He's fresh. He's fresh. He's been sitting on the bench collecting his $7 million from the Jets, and so now it's time to go ball out because we know what Dalvin could do if he's extremely if he's motivated. We know what he can do. So I cannot wait to see Dalvin in the playoffs.
Oh man, that's crazy. That's crazy. And I know he has more in the tank. He just didn't do it for the Jets. Mehdi, I check your text message,
Right.
Mehdi. I want you to play that video. I got a confession to make. Yeah, I got a confession to make, though. Yeah, I know he has more in the tank. I don't know if he went to the Jets, got all that money, and then I don't know what the hell. He didn't do much, bro. I think he had maybe 20 yards this year, a couple carries.
Like 28, something crazy, something that he would normally do in 2 games.
Right. Watch him get to the Ravens and we get the best 2 years of his career.
Give me some context. What is this, Street?
So this is I got a confession to make, bro. Something I jacked up real bad. Play it. You don't have to play it with sound. I'm gonna tell you to stop it. Just play it. This is when I went to go see McIntosh, the running back that went to Georgia. Oh, stop it right here. Shit stars right here. This stars right here. Stop it. I used to always show this video because of McIntosh. It was the day he had on all the University of Miami stuff. But even that day, he was talking to Georgia while I was at the practice. And McIntosh ended up going to Georgia. I have shown this video. Let the video play. I've shown this video numerous times. And you know who that is right there?
No, who's
in
that?
the blue? That's Zay Flowers. And I never acknowledged Zay Flowers ever until he almost got drafted and it hit me in the head that Zay Flowers was the wide receiver at UC. And I hated that, dog, because I never tagged him in the video. I never, you know what I'm saying? I never did anything. That's him right there. Like, there's a shot in this video where it's them talking and he's talking about Nick Saban flying the helicopter to come see him. And I never acknowledged Zay Flowers because it was like a brain fart of who I knew exactly I knew who he was, but at one point in time I didn't know he was balling at Boston College. So this is just me.
Yeah, because
I didn't tell y'all that
because we didn't play him. I don't think we didn't play him the entire time he was up there, right?
No,
maybe once.
When he thought about getting in the transfer portal, that's when I realized, holy crap. That's Zay. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I felt real bad about that. But this was a day, man. Channing Crowder was here. This was Channing Crowder coached at the U school, and I had my son with me. I stole my son from a baby mama. I wasn't answering the phone. I was on cloud nine. But yeah, man, Zay Flowers right there, dog. Like the whole, and I've showed this video numerous times, and I never. So man, to Zay Flowers, bro, my bad. Okay, that was off topic. Lance Guthrie got read up. Let's get going. Miami got a defensive coordinator that came in. They told us he was going to be the best hire they've hired in 15 years, and he ended up being a damn good hire. You know what I'm saying? Seems like a guy, if you give him the tools, he's going to be top 10 defense every year. Well, Miami read him up today. I have been asking around some of the defensive kids that got recruited. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what are they telling y'all about Lance? Like, are they telling y'all Lance going to say, Lance said, listen, I haven't thought about LSU. He said, but as of right now, Miami's doing everything to keep me. And that's what Guthrie is telling the kids. You know what I'm saying? So Miami put their money where their mouth is. Read them up. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. From everything I've heard from Lance, I talked to Cam about him. Everything I've heard is that he overly prepares the kids. And Cam Kitchens them seen what? How many defensive coordinators? 2, 3, 3.
Three.
Every time you talk to him about Lance Eisner, man, we don't even have to watch film. He comes in, everything's laid out. He covers everything. We're overly prepared when we go into the game. It's how he explained it. So, man, shout out to Miami for trying to keep coaches. That's one of the things that we're doing now in this new we have money era of the Miami Hurricanes, because that's what I think that is a part of our history these last 15 years that has been a problem. Us not being able to keep coaches, continuity of our program, damn offense changed every 2 years. Defense changed every 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why this just crossed my mind.
He said the worry the money gonna dry up. Let me put something out here for y'all. The money can't dry up because right on time, these people don't never miss. This showed up in my mailbox today.
Right on time, huh?
Not even on time. It's before time. Am I gonna open it? No. Lance and Dawson got to show me something to give me a reason. The money's not gonna drop because people are gonna pay. Hey, Miami didn't put a product on the field that was worth it. Right. Which is ironic because people always touted Blake James for being a great fundraiser. Well, I don't know where the fuck that money was going because the product didn't match, right? So that's in a city like Miami that has as much money flowing through it. We're not talking about Athens, Georgia, or buttfuck Tuscaloosa. We're talking about Miami, Florida, right? Where it's money everywhere to be made. I just saw something on Twitter before the show started that like the city manager was paying like $1.6 million in checks that's missing for like 16 years to his wife or something like that. It's always gonna be money because there's some way to get it, whether illegally or legally. There's gonna be there, right? I think what people have to understand is that the fans and the money is there. They just got to put a product that people got to stand behind and support. I know the Dolphins ain't tripping about shit right now. Every time I see the Dolphins play at home, they stadium packed.
Stadium packed.
Yeah.
I be wondering if it's the same damn Hard Rock that I'm wearing on my head right now, because I'm like,
tell people the same fans. They don't believe me.
That's true.
So
that whole franchise is booming right now.
Man, it's funny how
the racetrack.
Wasn't like 2 weeks ago or 2 years ago we were talking about how Stephen Ross is a racist. Did I make that conversation up in my head? Was that really a conversation?
What?
Yeah, that was a conversation.
Stephen Ross was a racist when he fired that head coach.
Yeah.
Now they winning and nobody talk about that shit no more, right? It's funny how that works. Brian Flores, he's a racist. Oh, we can't stand Brian Flores. It was crazy. One head coach later. They on Hard Knocks, dancing on TV, houses getting burned down. Hey, shout out to
they got the guy. Nah, man, that guy gonna be here 20 years.
Yeah, he gonna be here for a while.
That man young. Is a fool.
He's impressionable. When I hear him talk, I'd be like, in my head, I'd be like, this motherfucker don't know what he's talking about, but they winning games, so it don't matter. He dresses nice.
You saw Hard Knocks?
Absolutely, I watch every episode. What you mean?
It sounds like he doesn't know what he's talking. I think he's a little awkward, but I think.
But it's funny because
he's a little awkward.
You could tell he was probably that kid that you always wonder, like, hey, why he around all the black guys? But he picking something up from them because he be off-white Air Forces and big face Rolly on the wrist. I'm like,
well, you spend time in the locker room long enough, you'll be doing it too.
Yeah, I know. It's just weird to see it like transpire into a coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, coaches are very buttoned up and like
they say he half black. His dad black, I think. Did you see when Dan Marino was receiving the award
Yeah,
and he
he
said,
told fuck them records.
fuck your records, Dan. We coming to get them all. During the ceremony, he said it, bro.
And Dan just is standing there like, Rick, like, I got a statue in front of this building. Are you serious right now?
F your records, Dan. We coming to get them all.
Kyle
dang,
walked it
how do
back.
we-
He said some percentage black.
But no, man, the money. Matthew on. Shout out to Owen, man. Owen always used to come on to the YouTube comments and be like, "I love you, street." And we used to weird me out. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. But I think he's normal. You know what I'm saying? But the money's not gonna drop. He was saying that we didn't have money for 18 years. I don't think Miami's ever been broke. I think Miami wasn't putting money to the program. I don't think that the school has never been broke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Miami has hospital money. That's way different.
I think they just started spending money on the program.
Think about it. Miami acquired the rights to Jackson Memorial Hospital. I don't know how long ago that's been. Maybe 10 years ago or so. But that's not a cheap thing to do. Like, that's not cheap. But imagine the return on investment of that. That's probably one of the biggest hospital in greater Miami.
And that's a conversation that's an IOD talk. That's a conversation for another day about these private organizations acquiring hospitals and other places. that is a scary conversation that I don't want to drag down the moon with. But yes, that is something we gotta have a conversation with, maybe in the Discord, because that's huge. Because it's taking a toll on the health market or the healthcare market. But I digress. Correct. That acquisition is huge. That's a different caliber of money, and that's what we're talking about. We're never gonna have a shortage of funds. You'll have a shortage of supporters if you don't put something on the field. That if Miami makes it, if Miami's in the conversation for the ACC championship next year, and I'm talking about like legitimately like winning the games that fans feel like they should be winning, and we're in the running, right? You start the season off at Gainesville. You go up to the Swamp. You beat them people by 60. 60 is a little bit rough because the Swamp is tough. You beat them people by 30, and you start the train takes off from the station, right? You start winning those games that we feel like is like, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. Virginia Tech is vastly improved. Duke is not gonna lay down to nobody, especially a bitter Manny. Like you're gonna have games that y'all gonna say, "Oh, we should be winning these games." We did that how many times last year? Only come out on the opposite end of that with a loss. So I'm not doing that, right? These teams, we know it's not a secret at this. In case y'all was wondering, from the bowl game and maybe 4 other games this year, nobody's laying down for Miami. No one's gonna be like, "Yep, we're gonna walk in and let these people beat us to sleep." Middle Tennessee ain't doing it. Rutgers ain't doing it. Duke ain't doing it. It ain't happening, right? So all the record predictions that, oh yeah, we're gonna no, those people are gonna come in and they're gonna try their damn. They could be sorry all year, but this moment they play Miami, when Miami is on the clock, they finna have the hardest practices of their career. They finna be doing the most drills. They're gonna hit the tackling dummy like they never had since Little League because it's Miami, right? So we as a fan,
they're not even gonna watch our current film. They're gonna watch the 2001 season.
Yeah, and get hyped off of that. Like Ed Reed coming back to play for the damn school. So we can just go ahead and miss this idea or this ideology that we gonna get some teams ass effort. No. And then I'm not even gonna talk about the refereeing because that's a whole nother episode in itself. But I say all that to say, if you beat those games where these teams wake up and you push them back down, like, no, you're gonna like stay your ass down in a child's place because we out talent them clearly. Then at some point, the support is going to get, even from fair weather supporters and boosters, is going to start showing up. And then you have that wiggle room to offer a guy some type of money, right? Who's to say that if Miami wasn't more successful in the field this year, you do get a better shot at Jeremiah. You do get a Cam Ward because it's not just Rick Ross in the building and Rohan Marley. It's a couple other more prominent Miami figures. You just got to put the shit on the field. That's it. It's really that simple. Mario, Shannon, Lance, Aaron,
Right. Right.
whoever the guy is that coach special teams, pissing me off.
Make sure, make sure I hit the like button. Share. Manny hired Packy as his defense coordinator, dude. I think so. I think Manny hired Packy as his defensive coordinator, dude. Say it was his first hire.
Well, their defense is not going to be really good.
You say Streeter Owen. Who are you talking about? Streeter, who do you want? You talking about who do I want out of who?
Quarterback, I think.
To play quarterback?
Yeah.
There it is. Wasn't he the linebacker coach we couldn't find?
Mm-hmm.
Remember we used to make the joke about him? But I think he's just going to run Manny's defense, right? It'll be Manny's defense. Same way he did Blake Baker. And if it goes bad, he gets thrown under the bus, right? Same thing, right?
Pretty much. Same thing.
Right. Right.
But I just want to read the stats.
He wasn't even a coordinator, though. He was a... It says he was a quality control analyst. Oh, he got linebacker coach. He was linebacker coach. Yeah, never mind.
I just want to read the stats from 2022 to 2023 under Lance Guidry as our DC. So total defense, 2022, 375.2 yards. We were 65th in the country. This year, we're 321.6. We're 24th in the country. Rushing defense, 142.1. We were 52 in the country. This year, 2023, or this past season, we were 105.6. So we're 12th in the country. Passing defense, 233.1. That's how much we gave up in the air in 2022. We were number 79 to 216. We're number 55. So we can get some. We need to do some work there on our passing defense. Scoring defense overall, we were number 67 in the nation in 2022 at 26.8. And 2023, we're number 44 at 22.8. And that's another stat we could work on as well. So drastic improvement in a lot of different areas. And so what he got is well deserved. And one of the biggest things that I see with Guidry is that Guidry is happy. A lot of times you go to places where they'll give you the money, but you go home and you don't even know which way is up. Here at Miami, I think he's happy. He's in a position that he's always wanted to be in order to accomplish a goal he always wanted to accomplish, which is to coach and win at a very, very high level in college football. So I think he has a great opportunity to do that, signing a 3-year extension. And, big ups to him. Yeah. Shout out to him. We love having him.
For a lot of people who don't know his story, I think he had a drinking, a DUI or something, something with drinking in his career, and his son was like a highly recruited kid that eventually, I think, shot and killed his mom's boyfriend. So people wasn't so the coaching fraternity wasn't promoting him. You know what I'm saying? Probably because of his background, but the word that he was a great coach was already out there. So Miami kind of gave him his chance. Miami was like, man, come on, for that, let's ride. And I'm sure he appreciates that. I've never had a chance to ask him, but that probably would be a good question to ask him, huh? Like if I could figure out a way to ask it it'd probably be a cool question to ask him. I could figure out a way to ask it. But yeah, so for the people who didn't know, he probably, I'm sure he appreciates that. I'm sure he appreciates that. Look at Maddie over there. bluffing and shit. Homeboy in the back.
What?
I'm sure he appreciates that. So for the
You got
people
your
that
shit
know,
like you in the Matrix right now. Like what the hell going on with the lights?
I just wanted to run that down to you for the people who didn't know. And Miami, but Rich, tell me this: a 3-year extension. What does that really mean? Like, it seems like these damn contracts don't mean anything in business. But what does that tell us? Like, what does it really tell us?
I mean, what it tells us is they're ready to go the distance with him. They feel comfortable with, because here's what happens too. They feel comfortable with him, but this is where the security really comes in. When you have a 1 or 2 year contract, your buyout is only so much. Your exit package is only so much. But when you extend them like that, where you're gonna be here for 4 years, 4 to 5 years, now if you got to get rid of them, you know that buyout clause is going to be bigger, and whatever exit package you have to give them, it has to be bigger as well. So now you're talking, yeah, if you're $2 million a year, $2.5 million a year, for the next 4 years, so you're at $10 million, his buyout might be 5 million, 6 million. So that's what it means. So regardless of what happens to him, you basically just gave him a generational contract where if you let him go, you got to give him $5 million, $6 million. So he's set.
So if you let him go, you have to give him $5 million. You gotta give him $5 million. What about him leaving? Is there anything in there to stop him from leaving, or
possibly there's
is
money
there
owed back.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's probably money owed back to the school or something like that.
So okay, so just the buyout, his buyout changes. Okay, cool. No, that's what's up. What does it tell? What does it say for Shannon, Medi? Like, what does it tell? What does it tell Dawson?
I think it's very clear. Step your shit up. Like, we gave you the benefit of the doubt with the Tyler shit. Okay. You got every excuse in the book, right? And you put a podcast out. Oh, well, he can only read one thing. We sat down and, a lot of scapegoating to save him, right? It's like, well, and mind you, it's still a top 40 offense in America. I think they finished 36 the regular season.
Right.
Despite Tyler's struggles, it still created a 1,000-yard receiver. Someone who could end up, I think they said he needs 800 yards to break Santana Moss's record next season. So if he's not gonna put something on the field this year, like, he took what he had regardless, and he said, "Hey, put your money where your mouth is," with Lance Guidry, right? Lance Guidry did that with a bunch of ragtag veterans and a couple of true freshmen, and was like, "Hey, this is what I got. Give me better talent. We could probably do a little bit more." So paying him that money and extending his contract in essentially year one, saying that, "Hey, we believe in what you're doing." Dawson, on the other hand, the jury in the verdict is still out. So
basically, they said, "Hey, Dawson, look, you got one more year, but if this don't work out for you, you can go ahead and join Cat Williams stealing them stereos out of cars in downtown Miami."
We're gonna talk about Cat in a minute.
Yeah, we definitely touch on Cat. I already saved some questions.
No, listen, shout out to Coach Hayes. Coach Hayes, what's good, bro?
I'm good, dog. I'm good. What's up with you, man? Y'all can hear me?
Chilling.
Yeah, we get you.
Chilling. We got Hayes in here now, man. I got two subjects I'm gonna bring up. We're gonna stir it up a little bit here because we had a nice little conversation the other morning about this, the Maurice Claret tweet. And Maurice Claret basically said when he looked and instantly saw a few things Congrats.
He freeze?
That boy,
I'll
in the,
do it.
That boy really is in the Matrix. God damn.
that boy in the portal, boy.
Oh, am I? I'm in the portal now.
Yeah, like whatever you was asking, it stopped. Like right when you started asking, he was like, "Yeah." So Maurice Claret hit.
Am I good now?
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah. No, basically, Maurice Claret treated like how does Miami let Warren Sapp and Ed Reed? How do you let them go anywhere else, not be around the program, and crush recruiting with these two guys? And we kind of got into this conversation, and me saying, I'm like, man, listen, I'm with Maurice Claret. Like, figure out somehow to get them involved and keep them around the program somehow, whether it's coaching or whatever, and utilize them, the resource of having them around, because people know who Warren Sapp is. Ed Reed may be the greatest safety ever played football. But Maddie, you had a different take on this, right? And in the comment section, I mean, y'all gotta let us know how you feel about this. I think it's egregious to see Warren Sapp go somewhere else and have to coach. I think Ed Reed not being around the program is also egregious. I know a little bit more. Well, we know up here on the staff and the villains, we know a little more. But yeah, I think it's egregious, and I think they both could be utilized. But you can make the argument that goddamn Cristobal is recruiting like a madman. Like, how high could the ceiling go? You know what I'm saying? How much could they help? But I just think somehow they could help the program, whether it was marketing, the face of the program, podcast, anything. You know what I'm saying? To see Warren Sapp going to Colorado, that's going to be a fucking movie. It is. And Maddie, you had a different take on it, right?
I did.
What was your take on it?
And I stood on business when I said we don't know what his recruiting prowess is. We don't know if he's willing to recruit. We've had Sapp on the show, right? We talked to him live. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We know he's Sapp don't think like normal people. Sapp is, and I'm not saying from a CTE like Sapp got a very he's highly intelligent to a level that I don't think most people really can understand jive with. Now, knowing that, let's think about this for a second. We got Joe Salavea on the staff, and we talk about how Joe Salavea played in the NFL. He wasn't as successful as Warren Sapp, right? Who's a gold jacket wearer, but we talk about how sometimes he has a hard time connecting with the kids and, selling them on the process. So much so that he basically got kind of not fired, but backseated to one Jason Taylor, who's also a gold jacket wearer, right? My argument was Jason Taylor, as Mario has consistently proven, did his time, went through the trenches per se, being a defensive line coach, and then moving up to DC at St. Thomas Aquinas. Started off coaching Little League, coaching his kids in Little League, a flag or something to that extent. Once he had his opportunity, they were successful, they were winning. Harriet's like, hey, go and do your thing. He leaves, becomes basically an analyst, defensive line analyst behind Joe Salavea. And then they realize, like, hey, man, this guy is an asset. The same way y'all talking about Sapp and talking about, and talking about Reed. And it's like, hey, have him wear the headset on game day, right? Have him be the primary recruiter for some of these top line recruits. And that translates into what? Probably the best, if not one of the best defensive line recruiting jobs in America. So much so there's rumblings, and I don't know if this is credible or not. But Ohio State's apparently coming out trying to say, hey, how do we get you up here? Because you beat our ass in recruiting. You know what I'm saying? And all I'm saying is, for some people, it shouldn't just be as simple as, hey, let me go step into D1 college. The example I gave you was that even goddamn Deion Sanders, who's arguably one of the best two-sport athletes we've ever seen, had to go through the same trajectory that someone like Jason Taylor did. He coached Little League 7-on-7, then coach high school football, then goes to a HBCU, then translates that into going to a PWI. So why is it that we have to simply take off of reputation that a person could come in and be a good to elite position coach because they played in Miami? You muted, Street.
I thought because they played at Miami held a little more weight. You said it like it was just a drop in the bucket, like like you know what I'm saying? I thought it was a youth family. I thought it was all of this. That's what I thought. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what you think? Hey,
I mean, I'm kind of with Medi a little bit, right? I'll say this about the coaching. I know we talked about it a little bit, but how do I say this? I think that I don't think that Coach Cristobal is willing to give the guys what they want, meaning skip the line, right? I don't think he's willing to say, all right, technically speaking, there's no coaching experience. I know they got playing experience, but we're talking about coaching experience through Sapp and even Ed Reed. Yes, I know Ed Reed coached a year at the Buffalo Bills, the assistant DB coach or whatever. However, I don't know if he's willing to make that jump, right? Because he is that old school. But I think Deion Sanders is willing to do that. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's a different type of program. And then the second question, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, well, should Miami do this?" I'm not saying they should or shouldn't. I really don't care. Like I said, the day, I want to win ball games. I think the biggest issue is, are those guys willing to take the road that Jason Taylor took, right? Coached high school, came into Miami as an analyst or whatever, kind of went up the ladder, right? They stepped on every rung of the ladder.
shit, Jason Taylor coached 8U, man.
Right, but that's what I'm saying.
Like 9U.
Right. So they coached, you know, they got some coaching experience, I guess is the right way to say it. They don't have to be maybe at the Power 5 level, but at least you could say they have coaching experience. Because here's the biggest thing that I've realized about coaching. A lot of it is optics, right? A lot of it is just what it is, optics. Because if they come in and it doesn't work well, then that's a black eye on Coach Cristobal, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the other side of the coin is, if it works well, he's a genius. Now he has to weigh out those options, because let's say it comes in, let's just say you go in and the defensive line does poorly, or doesn't do well, or it's conflict in the meeting rooms and a bunch of whatever. Because you're talking about strong personalities now. We ain't talking about, just some subservient dudes. We talking about Warren Sapp, who's outspoken, and we talking about Ed Reed, who is outspoken. What does that meeting room look like? You understand what I'm saying? Are they willing? I'm not saying they aren't, but those are the type of things I'm just saying. When it comes to Prime, where the difference is I think he's willing to take that, even from the shock value of it and everything else. We already know that Mario Cristobal is a very conservative kind of coach when it comes to that kind of stuff. He don't like the extras, got rid of the turnover chain, the whole status quo, old school type dude. And so, that's why I think so. I do agree with Medi in a sense, but the next question is, what if Miami did approach them but say, "Hey, I want you to come in as an analyst. I want you to come in as this," just like they did with Ed Reed. He was there with chief of staff or something like that for the year before he went to Bethune. And then he said, "All right, well, you went chief of staff, go to analyst role." And he like, "Man, I'm Ed Reed. Shit, I need to be coaching." You're like, "Well, that's not the vision I got kind of for the program right now." So I don't know this to be, like I said, you guys probably a little bit closer than I am, but who's to say that they did not approach those guys about those opportunities and they felt like the roles were too small for who they were? I'm just asking, putting out scenarios.
Yeah,
I think they got to sell it differently.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I think they got to sell the roles differently, because the end goal is, we look at what's going on with every single time Miami has a coaching turnover, we can't find nobody, or we don't find guys who really are in tune with, because Miami has a certain type of culture, and if you get that hire wrong, you end up wasting 5 years on something that is. I mean, look at us now. We've been in the same space for 20 years. Just like we have to get better at developing kids, we got to get better at developing coaches. I think that's a big part of it, because if you start to develop coaches, you start to find the guys who do want to be analysts, to find the guys who do want to be grad assistants, and you find a way to put them through some type of immersion program. It's gonna end up being better for Miami in the long run, because even if they go to get on-field experience somewhere else, you'll have guys to choose from coming back to Miami for position coaches and so on and so forth. So we got to start that feeder pattern here, so that way we have a group of coaches who can fill in, who understand the Miami way, and we don't have to go look for it or get guys who hope that they can live up to the hype and all this other stuff. So,
And I'll just add this piece, and I'm sorry, but I'll add this piece too. We all know that Mario Cristobal is a grinder, right? And these guys may come in and say, it don't take 18 out of 24 hours to get this job done, right? It doesn't take that. Like Cristobal admitted himself, he's a grinder. I keep bringing up this show. I remember, I don't know what show it was, some guys or whatever. When basketball was doing good, they went by the Heck Center and they saw Kevin Steele and Mario Cristobal leaving out at 11:30 at night. Is Warren Sapp? I'm not saying he is or isn't. I'm just bringing up, things. Are they willing to put in them 18-hour days? Because NFL is different, right? Them guys work 9 to 5 and pretty much, they put some hours in. Don't get me wrong, but it's cut a little different. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about recruiting. You're not worried about grades. You're not worried about academics. You're not worried about, you dealing with 53 guys and some reserve dudes, and that's it. So it's a little bit different, bro. It's a little bit different, and especially now with this NIL transfer portal, recruiting your own kids back. Got to recruit this kid. Is Warren Sapp willing to and Ed Reed? I think be on the phone for 2-3 hours a day just talking to recruits every day. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, these are the questions we have to ask. I don't know.
I think
that don't seem like it'll be too hard to be on the phone talking to kids, especially if you are Warren Sapp.
Well, no, I'm not saying, but if you add that
about Jason Taylor recruiting, have we heard anything about Jason Taylor recruiting? Have we seen him on the recruiting trail burning up, kissing babies and eating collard greens?
Yeah, I've seen him in some in-home visits.
Yeah, he's on some visits.
Yeah, definitely.
Huh? Well, y'all see him in some homes, right? Like every now and then he show up in a big time recruit home, right?
A gold jacket wearer in her house, yes.
Right. I don't think Jason Taylor's out there. You know what I'm saying? Hitting the road, headed out to West Bumfuck, Florida. I don't think Jason Taylor. I don't think they're using him like that. I don't think you would utilize an Ed Reed the same way or Warren Sapp the same way you would utilize Joe Salavea, right? But I'm here to tell you this. Miami has had a problem with keeping coaches, right? And Miami has been 7-6, 5-7, 7-5. We was 8-3 in 2020. Then we were 6-7 in 19. We were 7-6 in 2018. Our best year was 10-3 in 2017. The year before that, we were 9-4, 8-5. Then we were 6-7. We have been mediocre as fuck, right? So it's not like we've been doing things right. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I guess we've been doing it by the book and getting guys that has coaching prowess, and we've been picking the wrong fucking guys for like the last 15, 20 years. Mm-hmm. So you can't tell me taking a chance with Ed Reed as assistant defensive coordinator or something. It's like, could we go worse than 5-7?
Right.
But to your point, go ahead, Rich. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You got it.
No, I'm about to say in terms of those guys being on the road like that. I think you don't want them to be on the road. I want a guy like Ed Reed to handpick who he wants to recruit,
Ooh, this is
because
sad.
then that kid knows that he's special, right? I want Sapp to be like, this kid over here, nah, man, you hot dog water, I ain't even coming to your house. I want him
Right,
to do that.
right,
Rich,
right, right, right,
what gives us the
right.
leverage to do that? Like what do we put on
Because
the field
No,
that gives us the leverage to do
because
that?
you have a
Sap,
gold jacket
Sap, no,
telling you,
yeah. hmm
Mm.
right?
I'm
I
missing
think
something.
Sap could. I think
Jason
Sap
Taylor
could
got
do it.
his jacket revoked.
It's a game within a game. I think Sap could
Right.
do it. I mean, I don't know. I haven't heard anything about Jason Taylor and recruiting. Like, I haven't heard any Jason Taylor stuff. I don't know. I know.
Okay, so
Talking to Jason Taylor is. Just get on the phone with Jason Taylor. Jason Taylor has to be your friend, and he has to tweet about you, and it holds weight. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have to
Right.
do much.
what I'm
So a
saying is
Sap.
what
That's
I'm
a
saying
bigger
is
brand than Jason Taylor, I think, or Ed Reed. I'm just saying, it's almost like being at war, right? And you got some big guns, you got some tanks, and you just like, nah, man, we're not gonna use them tanks. We won't use them tanks because sometimes they're a little inaccurate, or I don't know. Sometimes they kill too many people. I don't know. But it's just like not using all your weapons, even if you created like a coaching marketing division or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And those guys become the image of, and they're just walking around campus fucking around with Graham when he comes, Jimmy Graham when he comes back to fucking work out or something, right? You know what I'm saying? Like showing that.
Right.
But I just think it's something that we have. Bro, listen, I heard Ed Reed is the nicest person in the world to get along with.
Mm-hmm.
I was told if you can't get along with Ed Reed, it's you.
No, you know, it's funny you say that, Street. I've heard the same thing, right?
Yeah.
But again, I really believe in my heart of heart, a lot of it is optics. It is. I think a lot of it is optics. I think it's not about. I think what you're saying is right, but a lot of coaches work in this workflow that you have to say, okay, all right, Ed Reed had the whole blow up thing at Bethune-Cookman. Optically, how does that look for Miami?
Right.
Warren Sapp on a plane snapped on a lady.
Yeah, Warren Sapp has had other things out there. You know, I don't want, you know, I can't put the man business out there, but we know what all he's been through optically.
Right.
What is that like? But then yet we'll take that chance on a Lance Guidry in contrast, right?
Or we got enough. Or you know what I'm saying? Everything optically on that coaching staff isn't right.
No, I agree, but it's also not as big as Warren Sapp, Ed Reed. That's the difference, right? Most people would not have heard about Lance Guidry stuff going on, and even when they do, it doesn't hold as much weight as Warren Sapp and Ed Reed. It doesn't carry the same weight, right? Me getting a DUI and Jay-Z getting a DUI. Who gonna make the news? Jay-Z. People get DUIs all day. You know what I'm saying? But it's all on the personality and who you're talking about. And so that's the case right there, in my opinion. You know, you know, it just I think Mario too is quick about protecting the quote unquote brand. Shout out to Tabia. What's up, baby? I think he's big on also being very careful with certain things. And here's another question. Is there a personality conflict between the university and Sapp, or Coach Cristobal and Sapp, or whatever the case may be? I don't think it's one there because Ed Reed was on the staff, but I don't know. It's a lot of unknown questions that you have to just say bigger than, man, why they not on the staff?
Sometimes you just make shit work, right? Hayes, I don't heard you say plenty of time. The kid don't have two eyes. He don't understand the goddamn play. One time I had a shorty, he ain't have no eyes. Put him on the field and tell him put his hand on the defensive nose tackle. You know what I'm saying? You make it work, right?
Yeah, but
Right. I had to tape up his face pad. Yeah.
I'm with you. But that shorty is not going to be headline news about my program if he doesn't work out. That's the difference. Like, I get where you come from. You're right. Like, I would make it work because it makes.
If Warren Sapp gets in trouble, you think they say Warren Sapp, the Miami Hurricane defensive line coach, or do you think they say, it's Warren Sapp?
No, right. If he's a part of a program, it's going to always be prefaced with whatever he's tied to. Miami Hurricanes football coach, Hall of Famer Warren Sapp, yada 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 yada. Right.
And here's a perfect example. Street. Brian Hartline get a DUI on a 4-wheeler or some shit. Did they say Brian Hartline or did they say
Ohio State receiver coach? Yeah.
Right. No, Brian Hartline name isn't as big as Warren Sapp. No, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if they need to refer to Miami Hurricane coach with Warren Sapp. They're going to say Warren Sapp. That's the headline.
Of course they do. Absolutely. No, hold on. But the reason they do that, because they want to make sure you know who he's tied to. Even though he's a bigger name and a bigger brand, right now they want to know. Even if something happened now, you know what they're going to say? Former NFL Hall of Famer Warren Sapp. They're going to always tie you to something.
Don't we got questionable head coaches out here? Don't we got some head coaches that done some dumb shit?
Of course you do. Of course.
Listen, I got a question for you, Hayes. Did Mario ever coach high school football?
Not that I know of, no.
Right. Did he pay his dues? Or he started
as a graduate assistant.
Yeah, he was a GA at Miami. And he went up the ranks. He was a
fast
GA.
Track, right? Took a fast track though, right?
Yeah, I think when he came down to Garcia at FIU was his fast track. Because I think after that he went to Rutgers. After the GA, I think if I'm not mistaken, he went to Rutgers and then came back as the head coach at FIU. So yeah, he got the fast track through Garcia at FIU, right? Was never a coordinator or anything like that, and he got the head coach job at FIU. However, it was fast track, but he still paid his dues because he went up the ladder. Now, how fast you go up the ladder is one thing, but you went up the ladder, right? That's the difference. Because like Dan Lanning got fast track. Dan Lanning been coaching just as long as Prime. I think he started in 2015, 2016. This dude already going on his third year at Oregon. So
don't get me started. I can't wait for him to fail. Anywho, and you're forgetting that he came back to Miami as a tight end coach under Golden.
Then he came back in the Golden, for a couple of weeks or something like that.
For a couple of weeks. Did some dumb shit.
So there's 2 points there, though. There's 2 points. Number one, maybe Mario should have been a position coach at some point, or I'm sorry, a coordinator at some point, right? Because we see where that experience is lacking when it comes to
good answer, Rich. My family feud. Good answer, Rich. Good answer.
Number two, we're talking about what I'm talking about is an opportunity to create a feeder pattern where you have guys who want to be involved with the Miami program, give them the opportunity to be able to put their hands on it and build it in some way, shape, or form. Whether it be an introduction to coaching, whether it be an analyst, whether it be marketing, whether it be a NIL gatekeeper, whether it be a grad assistant, but making sure that you're starting those guys out and then let them take it where they want to take it and let the ones who really want to be a coach weed themselves out. Not saying that you got to let everybody in the building, hey, James Jackson, you want to be a coach? Hey, Edge, you want to be a coach? Nah, I'm not saying that. But opening the door for those guys and giving them opportunity so that way guys can matriculate into the coaching realm and then fall where they want to fall from there. If we do that, we will have more of our type of coaches that we want around the program, as well as in waiting for those jobs that do come up in the future. So that's all I'm saying.
So Rich, I'll say this. Here's the question, right? I remember when Coach Cristobal first got the job, And I used to ask this question: what does Mario Cristobal do when a native son it doesn't work out and the fan base turn on you? Right? Same thing right now. When Shannon Dawson got hired, I didn't hardly hear any question. Oh my God, he's the best. He just did that. Now, after 1 year, well, y'all ready to fly the plane, send the Trailway bus. He sucked. He ain't getting no extension, yada yada. And I know that's fandom. I get it. But it's different when it's hometown, right? When it's home team, right? Shannon Dawson has really no allegiance to Miami. He's not tied to Miami except for his current position. But if you bring in an Andre Johnson, right, that's been coaching that receiver coach, or even Kevin Beard, for example, who's currently on the staff, right? Even Jason Taylor was a Miami Dolphin, but not a Miami Hurricane. So it's like, yeah, okay, whatever. But what happens when things are not starting to work out with those guys? Because it's football. You're not going to always be perfect. And that's what gets funky, man. And that's why it's always hard. If you look at a lot of people who coach at their alma mater, it's very hard to work out. Go look at Scott Frost, went from arguably one of the best coaches at that level at UCF, who, you know what I mean, and went to Nebraska and got pummeled. And he was the prodigal son of Nebraska. You know, because the expectations get so high because of who you were and you're tied to that program. And that's what gets tough. You know what I mean? How do you fire? How do you fire a coach when it's not working well? Right. Or, you know what I mean? Like, how does Mario Cristobal have to make a decision after hiring Ed Reed and the safeties out there getting burnt or smoked? I'm just saying on the other end of the spectrum. Yeah.
Hey, what's number one rule about hiring coaches?
Fire them quick, I guess. I don't know.
No, don't ever hire anybody you're not willing to fire.
That's real. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, I feel that's what we really. I think all these coaches got coaches on their team they're not willing to fire.
Yeah, and they're not here no more.
No. I think every coaching staff, he has a clique of guys that he's not willing to fire.
Show me.
He just talked about this 2 hours ago.
Outside of Mirabal, who's a technician, Mirabal under Mario, not under Mario, has consistently produced some of the best offensive line coaches, offensive line players in his tenure. And Mario's an offensive line guy. So outside of Alex Mirabal, tell me the coach.
Outside of nobody, he's not willing to fire him.
Outside of Alex Mirabal, who clearly knows what he's talking about. Outside of Mirabal, right?
Think about this.
No, he ain't gonna fire Mirabal.
Mario
Mirabal back it up.
Line.
Huh?
Mario plays offensive line.
He won't fire Dennis.
Listen to this. Listen. I'll fire Streeter, but I won't fire Meddy and Rich. I'll tell you that right now. I ain't got no problem with that.
See, it's always these coaches always have their favorites. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just actually tell me the one that it is under Mario.
But you know what it is? It's just like you brought up with Manny Diaz and Packy.
You just saw Surveyor.
Yeah, it's not even about firing. It's not even about firing more than it is trust, right?
That's what it is.
It's all trust, and it's trust because Mirabal been riding. They've been riding since high school. These dudes in their 50s now, so they know each other. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like me and V12, right? If I got a head coach job and V12 ain't never coach, I'm gonna find something for him to do. He might take the role like a Dennis, right? For example, Dennis was coaching tight ends when we was at FIU, but he's not coaching now. But he found a role for him, and it's a trust role. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what it's all about. It's about who can I surround myself with that I trust. And that's in any profession. When you become the boss, you know, the workers on the ground floor, yeah, you go to monstersjob.com for that kind of stuff, right? But when you talk about the upper echelon of administration and that kind of stuff, it's about who you trust. That's what it's all about.
No. I mean, no. You're right about it, and I understand why they have those guys. I get it. The coaching ranks, man. I heard coaches don't do anything but walk around all day trying to figure out where their next job at. That's how shady it is.
No,
let me tell you, Hayes, tell his story, his getting fired story. That is the word. I told DVD that Manny was fired. Shit, now that it's over.
Yeah.
told him. I was like, bro, he's gone. It was like a dark day. It started raining and shit. The cloud came over. He was like, for real, man. I was like, yeah, no.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you this. Here's what's funny. Y'all know my story. Stan Drayton. Man, the street disappear. That boy in the portal.
He just in the back. Now he in the back. He in the back. He taking a call.
Stan Drayton, who is the head coach at Temple right now, the black dude at Temple, was at Florida. He was at Florida.
Running back coach, right?
Running back coach. He was in our office at Miami Jackson Senior High School. And he was setting up a visit for Robinson Therese to come to Florida. Right? As he was getting ready to walk out the office, he found out he was fired while he was on the road. He literally turned around and said, "We got to postpone this. Let me find out what's going on." So you out on the road recruiting and got fired.
That's what he did to Manny.
Yeah. But I'm just saying,
yeah,
but at least he the head coach. He found out you were the head coach. I'm saying this dude, so assistant coaches are always working avenues, dog, because once you hear the rumblings, bro, you know what time it is. You trying to get out of there or whatever the case may be, and you making your next move, you plotting your next course, or especially if you hear, that somebody about to get a job somewhere, they in the top, because these agents talk, bro. These agents talk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's just what it is, bro.
Listen, we're working on getting JB back in here for an interview. Shout out to Ellen Tate Street. Are you bringing JB back for another interview? I need to know how JB feel now after last season.
Shout out to Ellen, goddammit. Great question.
Definitely that's the plan. We're working on getting it. I haven't asked him to sit down yet, but I told his people I could send him a text and tell him we want to do it. He's back in Georgia now. I think at this point, probably liberated, bro. Like what we saw happen was kind of like an act of the football gods, to be honest with you.
Period. I ain't gonna lie. It's hard for me to put myself in it because I'm not there, but I can only imagine being in his shoes and kind of seeing everything happen and being like, God damn, like at this point, it's like he probably gotta be feeling like I can't fail this shit. Like
Tupac, right?
It's true. It's true. Here go the funny thing. When we talked earlier, I was talking about the video you made. I was like, man, it was a great video about having a guy that want to be a Kane. Right. And it's so funny when you talk about fan bases. As soon as anybody jump in the portal, that's who we want. Now we talking about Tua, little brother. Tua brother come. He need to come to the King. So my thing is, when do we say it's all or nothing with Jakari Brown and say, hey, that's our dude, that's who we gonna ride with? Or are we constantly, even as a fan base, or even, and again, I don't know if Cristobal and them entertaining, how do you say his little brother name? Taulia?
Taulia.
Yeah. So now what happens to his mental, right? What happens to his mental if they bring Taulia on campus?
Mm-hmm.
Right? He weathered the first storm of Cam Ward, Will Howard. All right. I weathered that storm. I'm good. Now here comes another one. It's almost like it's almost like, damn, bro. Like, what else do y'all want from me?
I think
it's like, damn. That's
I can give you a little insight on it, Hayes. I can give you a little insight on it. And I've been saying stuff like this all year long, and then half of the people believe me, half people don't. Honestly, I don't think he would have gave. I don't think he gave a fuck if they brought Cam Ward in here. This is how he kind of sees it. He kind of sees it like, listen, I was an athlete trying to learn how to play quarterback. I knew it was going to take a little time for me to learn how to play quarterback. Whether it was 1 year, 2 years, you know what I'm saying? He's 1 year into it now, right? Like last year he got thrown in the fire, so he had a year to sit out, do what he had to do, you know what I'm saying? Learn certain things, realize what the program was going to do to help him, not help him. The way he sees it is, bro, listen, when I'm ready, right? I don't give a fuck who you have in the quarterback room. And that's what I've been screaming for the longest. It's almost like this is not about anybody else. This is about me.
I agree.
And that's how he feels. So
But,
even
but
if
I'll
they
say
brought
this, but I'll say this to you. I'm with you. However, at some point, I got to know if I'm driving the train or not. At some point, am I going, okay, I'm with you with the Cam Ward. Like I say, he went through that. I'm cool with Cam or Will or whoever. All right, weeks go by. What are the conversations like now after those two dudes have gone to Ohio State, other one declares for the draft? What are the conversations moving forward with the staff on? And I asked this on one of my shows.
Yeah.
I would love to see or hear when he decided to say, hey, I'm gonna stay at Miami. I don't know this to happen or if it did happen. But if I was his overseer, and I don't know if it's his dad or uncle or whoever the case may be, if I was to sit down with Coach Cristobal and this staff and say, Cristobal and Dawson, what is the plan moving forward for my son or my nephew or whoever?
Yeah.
Through his development. And if you come through and say, listen, we wanted to bring in two guys, yada, yada, yada. They decide to go different direction. Cool, blah, blah, blah. This is how we proceed. And now 3 weeks later or 2 weeks later, Taulia comes along and now he on campus. Does that void everything that you just said? I'm only posing that as a scenario.
I think they're being very upfront with him. They're being very upfront with him. But what they saw in his last 2 weeks and what he did in that bowl game put him in some rooms that he had never been in at the University of Miami, and they invested in him. But they're being very upfront with him. Hey, listen, man, there may be an older guy coming here. You know what I'm saying? But what we saw was head scratching as we sit down and talk to you. And this is not necessarily the coaching staff, right? It's the other people that's involved. Yeah, right? The other people that's involved. Like, as we talk to you, like, we didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So
bro, that's like, hey, Street, that's like saying, hey, baby, I really want you to be my girlfriend, but there's some other ones out there that I'm really looking at. And if they don't work out, then it's gonna be
no. The quarterback room is a polyamorous dating type thing, right?
I know, but
it's one of the motherfuckers. It's 5 of them.
Yeah, but within that, I don't know how those relationships work, the poly relationships work, but in one head, like in one, like the main.
No. Okay, so really, what it is that the quarterback room was shattered, bro. Like we're in a day and age of college football where your season ends and your starting quarterback goes to another team, Ohio State, Miami. The quarterback room was shattered. One quarterback broke his arm. The other one got up and just said, "Man, I'm taking my ball and I'm gone." So you literally have to go find other people. You get what I'm saying? Like it may not be Cam Ward, but you got to go get a Taulia, or you got to go get a fucking the kid that just from Yale, or you have to go get somebody because you got 2 babies in the quarterback room. You got another baby. The stork is just about to drop him off. That motherfucker can't even walk.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
But from Taulia's standpoint, he's probably coming in saying, hey, I want to be the main lady. You understand? Because I've been the main lady at this school I've been in. And I think when somebody transfers this late and a guy in his status, he's not searching. I think he already has something to play. You'll see something out of him within the next 7 to 10 days.
I think so. I think so too. Yeah. I think I kept asking a weird question like, does he go back to Alabama? Is that weird? Like
because remember the relationship he had with Mike Locksley is why he went over there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And why is he leaving?
Mike Locksley said out of his own mouth, he said, hey, it was a mutual understanding. There's no hard feelings. And he said that conversation happened when he told him he was sitting out for the bowl game. He told him he was like, hey, I also got plans on transferring. So like I said, it don't seem like, and once again, I said this earlier in the group chat street, between Saban and Locksley, the common denominator is that they all work together at Alabama.
Oh yeah, they did. No, you're right about it.
So it's not like they trying to fuck each other over per se. Because I know Saban got a lot of respect for Locksley and for Mario. I think it's one of those things where it's like, hey, the NCAA good with it too. I think that's the biggest factor is the NCAA. I think if he was going to 128 different schools, they'd be like, yeah, man, go ahead and transfer. But I think because it's him, they're going to be like, you know what? You going to Miami? Nah, we got to go. We're going to ride this process up. Maybe we'll get back to you after spring. We'll let you know.
So I keep saying this. So the conversation must be hey, man, listen, I don't know if I'm a pro or whatever. Let me go get some money for this last year. That's what the conversation had to be, right?
Tua? Yeah. I mean, not Tua, but the brother.
Yeah.
I think it's about increasing his draft stock more than it is the current money. I don't think money is the issue because of Tua being in the NFL. So I don't think money is his motivation more than it is increasing his draft stock, getting around a receiving core that can help increase his numbers, getting around a team that will help push him up the quarterback board. Because I mean, it's strategic, right?
So that's not Miami. So that's not Miami.
Part of it is.
It could be though. Like, and that's the thing. It could be, even though we don't have those guys, but it could be because we still have players. We got pieces. And again, let's call it what it is. Maryland's schedule is way tougher than the ACC schedule we have. So if he goes in, even if we go 8-4, 9-3, he could put up some great numbers because at the end of the day, people don't say, oh, he threw for 4,000 yards, but that was in the ACC. They're going to say 4,000 yards, right? So he could come to a conference like ACC, play the schedule that we have coming up, put up some great numbers, and boom, there you have it. But if you look at the Big Ten, you already see the changes come. I don't know Maryland's schedule, but look at all the new faces coming in the Big Ten. It could be tougher. So I hate to say that he's running from competition. I'm not saying he's running from because I don't know what their schedule is, but I'm not saying he's running from competition, but strategically,
maybe he just needed a more wide open offense.
And I don't know, maybe.
But Saban and Locksley have to sign off on this, and I can't see Saban signing off on it to send him to.
What do you mean, Saban? Why Saban got to sign off?
Alabama has to sign off
because it's his second D1 transfer. Someone else has to sign off on him.
Yeah,
but he's graduated, right? I'm saying, but will he be a graduate?
He was a graduate transfer when he went. He was a graduate transfer when he went to. No, he wasn't.
He wasn't. So he probably graduated by now. So he don't need a sign.
He's a graduate. Yeah, he said he's going to be a graduate.
But that's when you. Well, that's what I read. That's what I read. I read that his situation, he had to have 2 signatures.
But
you're saying him a grad transfer, he should be able to,
Yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm saying if he's a grad, okay, he went undergrad to Mike Locksley, right?
Right.
If he has graduated by now, which he should have, because he's been there, he was at Alabama 1 year. He probably was at he was at Maryland 2 years, so that's 3 years. And I'm not sure what he got his degree is in or whatever. But maybe by the end, he may transfer, but maybe not by the spring. He may have to finish up his classes online and be available in the summer. I don't know. But if that's the case, then so be it. But if not, if he's a grad transfer, he can roll where he's rolling.
I think he doesn't have enough eligibility. He's exhausted all his eligibility to include his COVID year. That's the problem.
Right. So because I read something that said, yeah, he's been 5 years. 5 years, 4 years Maryland and 1 at Alabama. But I read something that said that Bama had to sign off on it. You know what I'm saying? And Locksley had to sign off on it.
Because
look at their schedule. I'm sorry. Look at Maryland's schedule next year: Michigan State, Virginia, Villanova, Indiana, Northwestern, USC, Minnesota, Oregon, Rutgers, Iowa, Penn State. If I'm a quarterback, I'm not taking that versus I could take.
With that offensive line, absolutely not.
Versus I could take ACC play. You know what I mean?
But anyway, saying he wants to be around his family. I don't know how true it is. I just think that if Saban has to sign off on it, I just think, is it possible he goes back to Bama and Milrose City?
No,
goes back.
I don't think.
Can he go back to Bama?
If Saban signs off, it'd have to be outside of the SEC and put him in a conference where they're not worried about playing them. Yeah, go live your life. I'm cool with you and the family. Like that's my favorite to y'all. But your play is not going to affect us in the long run unless we meet y'all in the playoffs or something.
The chat saying that when he left Alabama, he was a grad transfer.
No. Let me pull him up, man.
How is that possible?
Yeah, he was only there for 1 year.
Well, I know shit. Our
Unless they
prodigy,
went to a bunch of college classes.
Austin Simmons almost finished with college. Hayes.
Right, that's what I was going to say. No.
In there 2 years. He's been out.
Okay, he's been there since 2019. He was at Alabama 1 year as a freshman.
Yeah.
Then he went to Maryland for 4.
1 year. Yeah.
But he has one more year. I don't understand. He's
right
not
here.
exhausted. Oh, you know what?
No, he took he burned his red shirt.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's what Saban's signing off on, Hayes, because the year that he was at Alabama, he took some snaps. He took 63 snaps according to the chat. And some of them snaps
took 5. He played in 5 games at Alabama. He played in 4 games during COVID year. Now, that's the question. When does that rule take place, that 4-game rule take place? I think that's prior to, that was prior to COVID. He only played in 4 games at Maryland, his first year at Maryland. And then he played in 13, 12, and 12.
But they say he burned his red shirt at Alabama because he kneeled in a bunch of games that was blowouts.
Yeah, but it was 5 games there. But in year 2020, he only played 4 games.
But did the Big Ten play a full schedule that year? No, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if it still was the 4-game rule was in place. But I knew that
he only played 4 games in 2020.
2020, he played in 4 games.
Yeah, but it wasn't a full season from mostly everybody. Even Miami, we missed like the final 2 games of our season because of COVID. So that's the question: is what Hayes is asking? Does that 4-game rule apply for red shirts in 2020? Because everybody got a year anyway.
Right.
Because his thing says it just says a senior. It doesn't say red shirt senior. It just says senior on ESPN.
Right. And so he played 4 years. He played 2020, 21, 22, 23 for Maryland.
And that's what Saban is supposed to be arguing, is that when he played for Alabama and took those snaps, he was just kneeling the ball down to win the game. He wasn't actually quote unquote playing. So that's where Saban is supposed to be having that conversation with the NCAA about do we exhaust his eligibility when he didn't take any meaningful snaps? He just literally kneeled the ball. Or do we screw him out of? Like I said, if he was 128 schools, I get it, but
that goes to show you, dog. I mean, they don't be thinking about no red shirts.
No,
at all.
They don't.
at all.
No, you can make the rules whatever you want to make. Like people talk about Bo Nix. Well, Bo Nix played 2019, 20, 21, 22, 23. Played 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah, and he never had a shirt.
No, he never. No, because he was part of that 6-year deal. See, that's what I'm saying. So if he's part of that,
he started as a true freshman at Auburn.
Correct. He played 13 games, 11 games, 10 games, 13, 14 games.
Right.
And so did Tua. The problem is Tua played all 5 years. I guess the year that's in question is the 2020. Because they played a limited amount of games, does the same 4-rule red shirt, don't burn your red shirt 4-game rule apply? And that, I guess that's the question.
Right. Well, that was the COVID year for him. So he got in the so that 2019 season is the one that's really in question, the one at Alabama, because he played 5 games when he should have played 4. So his red shirt was mismanaged, basically. Then going into 2020, that was basically the COVID season. 2020 or 2021, one of them.
2020.
But nonetheless, 2020?
Yeah, 2020.
Okay. So that was the COVID season. So that doesn't really count, but you could count it as a red shirt. But nonetheless, they gave him an opportunity to play 3 more years of football, which he did at Maryland. He's done that. So my thing is, this is exactly what JB was looking to avoid, and he did.
So ride with
So I
JB.
don't know.
There we go.
Yeah.
Like all these mental gymnastics trying to figure like if Tua could come, and I'm only saying this for the sake of him reuniting with his family. I think him being around his brother is obviously something that's important to him. But and obviously like if there's a quarterback competition, cool, but I think you don't BS JB trying to sell him on the idea that like Tua got a leg up. Like if you're telling him he's QB1 head in the spring, let it be that. Let him do his thing. If he's better than what's called, then cool. You bring little Tua in as a backup and a darn good backup as the Big Ten's all-time passing leader, and you let him ride it out. And if something God forbid, something happens to JB, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about, well, we got a possible shaky Emery that's gonna back up JB. Let the cards fall where they may, but give him the opportunity to go out and lead the team. You can't, it's some bullshit. It's kind of like the analogy you was getting ready to say, Hayes, with the dating the girl. It's not even dating the girl. It's like people see y'all out together. Like they see y'all holding hands and kissing and shit. And then you just come back and you're like, yeah, this is all going good. I feel you, but I'm gonna go holler at this other girl. It's like that meme with the guy walking with the girl holding her hand and he looking back at the other girl. It's literally that. It's the embodiment of that. You know what I'm saying? Like you seen him go out there and lead. You told him in the offseason he did enough to earn that spot heading into spring. Don't then jerk his chain when there's a better option on the table. Like let him compete. He has a year into the offense. Little Tua don't. That should in theory give him a leg up. And then let him go and do his thing. And then when the time is right, then hey.
I'll say this, and I'll say this, Meddy. I think there's something we're not giving JB a lot of credit for. His character. He could have easily screwed Miami over.
Mm-hmm.
He could have easily.
We was begging him not to stay for the bowl game.
I know, but I'm saying he could have easily done that, right? He could have been nasty in a lot of ways. He could have said, "Oh, I tweaked my back for the bowl game just to play him," right? Blah blah blah. Say I'm gonna stay. Oh, I hurt my back when I threw the ball. We all know back injuries.
Yeah, put an easel.
Yeah, right. We all know those hard to diagnose, but you can't tell me my back ain't hurt. And then guess what? Do all this, and right before I'm gonna hit the transfer portal and go get developed somewhere else. Like he could have found another school. There's plenty of schools that will say, you know what, I will play you and develop you simultaneously instead of you sitting and watching. Let's give you some OJT on the job training. I'm willing. Look, I'm a first year head coach. I'll just take Manny Diaz for example, because he's a first year guy going in, right? And he says, you know what, my first year is kind of a give me year for me, but that could also be your development year. That could be our struggle year. And I still got 2 more years with you to play and work this deal out. But we got to give him credit for his character, bro, because he could have easily screwed the Canes over. And we walking into
he could ask for money.
Yeah, I ain't say he ain't do that now, but I'll just say this. But I will say this. What I'm saying, he could have asked for money, and to be honest,
to play the bowl game,
Miami should have paid him regardless, because they know he could have screwed them over.
You're right, but I'm saying he could have asked for money to play the bowl game.
That's
and
what I'm
then
talking
tweak his back.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Yeah. And then guess what? We a Power 5 program walking into a bowl game with 2 walk-ons.
Right. He stayed here. He knew, he saw what he saw. He saw Emery break his arm. And he stayed here showing y'all that he wanted to be a Cane. And some of the fans still like, shut up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy.
Hey, he could have been.
So who else we getting in the portal? Who else we looking at?
Hey, he could do this right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my back. My neck in my back.
Oh, my neck. My back. My neck in my back.
That's a good one.
I So we can set our court, right?
That's real.
Yeah.
He should have
just like that.
I would have said, "Hey, let me get that 150, coach. I'm finna hit this portal because it ain't like if I don't hit it before the bowl game, I can hit it right after the bowl game. I can hit it during the spring, during the summer."
No, I mean you so right, but it seems like nobody gets credit for being a nice guy, dog. Fans didn't even take it in consideration. But I bet if they would have left Brashard at Wildcat against goddamn Rutgers, I bet you they would have realized then how valuable he was.
Boy, if they would have do you understand?
Street.
You ever seen that meme where it got Hulk Hogan and he's gonna spray paint NWO on the side, but people have made it seem like he was gonna spray paint something else.
Yeah.
Do you know how many people would have been doing that if this man said he's not playing in that bowl game? It would have been over with.
Oh man.
Hey, Street, let me ask you a question, dog, because my feelings hurt. My feelings are hurt the same way when I found out that Cedric Entertainer stole that joke. Like, because Cedric Entertainer one of my best comics. And my feelings hurt. Y'all know I'm an advocate for Brashard Smith since when I broke his tape down at Palmetto. Can you tell me, dog, what happened, dog?
How many years does he have left?
3?
Brashard?
He got 1.
Like 2.
People forget he came with Restrepo. He got 1 year left eligibility.
Okay.
No. He didn't come in with Restrepo.
Yeah, he did.
Well, it's been show up in the chat. There you go, in the chat. 1 year. It's been a show up.
Hold on. I'm going to tell you.
5 people in the chat. 5 people in the chat. How many years does Brashard Smith have left?
Oh, he came in after COVID. So he came in 21, 22, 23. So he got one of 5. I mean, he's at 3 of 5 right now. So yes.
He's a junior.
Yeah.
Right. So when your boy played the bowl game and he realized, holy shit, this offense, it just works in my favor. It's not Tyler. You know what I'm saying? But after the plays are designed, the ball goes to Restrepo first. You know what I'm saying?
I told hold on. Whoa, Street. I'm sorry to interrupt you, bro. I told y'all that, and no, it's because they're roommates. It's because I told y'all, go back and look at Houston's offense and go look at these offenses. These are the design. I've been Tank Dale, and I said, guess what? He is our Tank Dale. You go look at any other offense. That's one is because of who TVD trusted, but 2, that is the design, and they trust him as a playmaker right now. Right. But anyway, I apologize. Go for it.
Yeah. So the thing was, period. We had told the villains already. Shout out the villains. I mean, if you're not a villain, man, I'll put the link in the description. If Restrepo was to stay, Brashard was leaving. Because Brashard has 1 more year and he can't do it sitting behind the best player on Miami's team outside of Bain, maybe. I don't know. Restrepo is the best football player we got, bro. I mean, he's the best football player
I told y'all
we have.
Not according to ESPN.
I told you. Now, Restrepo is the best football player that we have. I still say he's not a difference maker. He's a playmaker, but not a difference maker. But he is the best football player we have.
He blocks, motherfucker lead blocks. They put him at fullback. Motherfucker, you can see motherfucker punting every now. Like he's just a football player. You know what I'm saying? He's reliable. So 2 touchdowns. I mean, so 2 touchdowns. What, 2 touchdowns in the bowl game? They call 1 back, maybe 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
They call 1 back.
So I think the way Brashard thought that was, nah, man, listen, man, I'm going on over here with Lane Kiffin or somebody, man, and
he going there?
I think so. Lane Kiffin put up a picture of
boy, and boy, if he go to, because I'm looking at his stuff right now. This dude played in 12 games his first year, 11 and 12. He had 14 catches first year, 33 and 22 this year. No, sir. Bruh, if he go to Lane Kiffin and get off, I'm going to the Hex Center, dog, warming up my hand, dog. Somebody finna get slapped. and your boy just left from over there.
You know it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. If whether he go there or Louisville, it's gonna happen. He's gonna have over 30 catches, and they're gonna use him in space, and it's all good.
Say, who Brashard gonna be out at Ole Miss? Listen, Rick.
Come on, man.
I think Brashard goes to Ole Miss. Brashard led the nation in kickoff returns at one point in time. Like, I think he goes to Ole Miss and Crazy Man uses him so many motherfucking ways.
Yes.
And we're gonna be like, what?
What position does he play?
Shit, man, and the running back just left from over there. Wasn't name Krishan Judkins or somebody?
Yeah.
Hit the
he just left.
We said it was mutual that they left, but
that guy used to put Elijah. What's my guy name from Miami? Elijah, the wide receiver.
Elijah Moore.
Kiffin used to line Elijah Moore up in the backfield.
Yeah.
He never played running back ever in his life, but he would line him up in the backfield, get a mismatch, him versus a linebacker, and put him in the right. Man, he's going to do everything with Brashard.
Everything.
If Brashard can take it, like if Brashard mentally can take it, you know what I'm saying? If he can pick up the plays, but I think Kiffin has one of those offense where it's like one click and go or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'll say this, Street, and this is where again I go back to this. The reason I know Brashard can do it because he did it ish in high school. We saw him play everything. So you're gonna tell me people like the down high school coaches. So you're gonna tell me a high school coach can get this across to a kid, right? But the 100,000 coach can't get it across to this kid.
Yeah.
No, he a millionaire. He just signed that extension.
Who did?
Kiffin?
No, I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about at Miami. I was talking about the coordinator. That's why I said 100,000 because I don't know what he making. Is he making $1 million? But whatever it is, these coordinators, if I gotta call his coach at high school, be like, hey, bro, how did you get it across to him that when he's at this play and running back, what does he do? Bro, that's coaching, bro. Like,
I think it also was a little bit of you got to think back to when we were 19, 20 years old, right? He's looking at Restrepo, right? And he's saying to himself, I'm better than him. Period.
Right.
That's what he's saying to himself. I'm better than him. They keep giving him opportunities, right?
Yeah. I'm more explosive, definitely. Yeah.
Right. So that's what he's saying to himself. And Restrepo is just continuously keeps. He had one bad game, I think, Florida State game, but he just continuously keeps improving himself, and delivering for Miami 3rd and 10. But Brashard is looking, saying, if you were to give me his catches, I would do double the production. As a kid, that's how kids think.
I agree.
And I'm sure his emotions got to him, and he was like, what we always say when it's over. Man, y'all motherfuckers try me, man. Fuck. And once you get there, it's over. Man, fucking shit.
And again, I'm not denying Restrepo. I'm not saying you take Restrepo off the field to bring Brashard in. I'm saying, why can't both exist at the same time? That's all I'm saying.
They can. It's like we have less footballs to go around in that offense. Yes, it's balanced. It's 33 and 33. Somebody said the other day, 33 rushing, 33 passing. But that's 66 plays a game. And this team's out here in today's college football running 90 plays. So we be leaving stuff on the field. So
did JB find more people? Do y'all feel JB threw the ball to a
they throw the ball
I
to
saw
more
Horton catch the ball a few times. Royal was about to catch the ball, but it hit him in the shoot.
Bro, I
saw tight end sliding.
Yeah, at least the Royal got targeted.
I'll say this. I'll say this, dog. Restrepo in 2022 only had 21 catches, but he only played in 7 games because remember he was hurt.
Yeah, he had a foot injury.
Brashard in 2022 had 33 catches, and he played in 4 more games than him. So at the time when Brashard was hurt, I'm sorry, at the time in which Restrepo was hurt, why was that not Brashard's new role? Like, that's what my mind was. Why was that not his new role?
Who was the OC?
Last year?
It was Gaddis at the time.
It was Gaddis. You're not talking about last year, Hayes. You're talking about year before.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. 2022. I'm sorry. I'm still thinking on this year. I'm not saying last year, not last season. I'm saying the previous season.
It's a different offense, though. I think this offense, Lance said he doesn't tell him who to throw the ball to, but however those plays are drawn up, that ball goes to that guy. that's in that
No,
spot.
but I'm just
right?
no with you. But I'm just looking at even when Restrepo played in 2022, in 7 games he had 21 receptions. What I'm saying is for those 5 games that he missed being injured, why was Brashard not implemented in that role? He only had 33 cal. Maybe he was, but I'm just saying.
I think he was still learning how to play wide receiver, dog. I really do.
I'm heartbroken.
You heartbroken?
Yeah,
I'm hurt,
they
dog.
say he was dropping passes in the chat in 2020.
We got some dogs. It's some dogs sitting on the bench, though, dog.
It's funny how they forget that shit, right? Right, Kyle? I mean, right, Rich?
Yeah.
Well, he's dropping passes?
Yeah, they'll forget to put that context. Like,
yeah, Texas A&M.
Drop passes?
3rd down. Game on the line. Yeah.
Man, listen, dog. I'm hurt, dog. Don't ask me if I'm all right. I'm hurt.
I'm telling you, bro, he may be a running back at Ole Miss. He may be a wide receiver. You may see him everywhere.
So you may basically saying they're gonna use him like Concepcion at North Carolina State.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can see it too. It's a use for that type of guy in the league. If you look at Ayuk over at the 49ers, you look at
no, not Ayuk, Samuel. Samuel. People like that.
So it's use for him. It's just you got to get his numbers. You got to get him to 800 yards, maybe over 1,000 yards, all purpose, and that way you can get him in the league, and that can be done. Yeah, it can be done
easily, dog. I'm hurt, dog.
We didn't even use tight ends though. We did not use. We didn't. I don't. Do we have a tight end on the team that has 100 yards receiving?
No. Except right now, absolutely not.
Only thing we got 50 in one game. We might have combined.
Right, man. And so for me, I'm looking at this and I'm like, first of all, if you're only running 66 plays on offense, that's like high school nowadays. Like you got to be running 80 plays or better, in my opinion.
Yeah, Riley Williams got 8 catches for 72 yards and 1 touchdown. And
for the season.
For the season. And Cam got 8 for 62 and no touchdowns. And Jaleel Skinner got 1 catch for 9 yards.
Man, he said we can't crowd with Brashard. We got raped. No, I love. Like I say, the reason I'm hurt, dog, and the reason I say that is not because he's moved on. I get it, but it's the fact that we get those guys. We're excited about these guys, and we don't utilize these guys.
We don't utilize them, right?
I think that's my issue. It's not like I don't know, bro. I'm just tired of seeing. Okay, we turning the tide in recruiting. We're getting these guys in. We're bringing in all this talent. And then when they get here, we're not utilizing them.
For some reason, they can't touch the field. Or something. They don't know the playbook. They can't do this. They ain't do this right. It's like, come on.
You heard Mike Tomlin say that. Did you ever hear that, Mehdi? The Mike Tomlin talking about he run to coaching when coaches run away from coaching.
Yep.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He said
that was a masterpiece, boy.
The pivot. The pivot.
Okay. Pivot.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, he said if you say a kid can't learn the playbook, dog, you talking about your coaching pro. Bro, there's nowhere in the world you can't tell me a kid been doing something since they were 5. Most of these kids 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. They've been doing something for 10 years, and you gonna tell me? I'm not saying they can't understand the concept here, but learn a playbook. Come on, dog.
Right.
He said he laughed when he heard coaches say that, Mitty. He said when he heard coaches say that, he laughed. Like basically, you're saying you can't teach. You know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day, the part that we're not talking about is that it was deeper than football. It wasn't simply we couldn't find what to do with him. He had some off the field issues that he was dealing with.
I heard he started jacking off in school too. Also,
pause, not jacking off. Pause.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what we heard
in class. In class. That boy pulled a Mel Tucker in class.
In class. That's what we heard, dog.
Hey.
We heard that boy was Mel Tucker in class.
That boy said, "Hold up, professor. I thought this was anatomy." Oh, my bad.
Think about it, dog. He didn't make the trip. Like he didn't even go to Rutgers.
He knew he was leaving, man.
Nah, I think he had some class problems.
Man, come on, dog. I would hold on.
He didn't have to go out like that, though. I heard he tweeted some stuff about Rutgers. He didn't have to go out like that. Like, oh,
he didn't, but you said he's a kid and he's hurt and he feel like he better than.
He's hurt, yeah.
I'm hurt, dog.
Yeah,
because I guess you know the question is too. You're one of the most highly touted dudes in the mecca of recruiting. Think about what I'm about to tell you. You are in the upper echelon of recruits in the mecca of recruiting, not in backyard New Jersey or Oklahoma somewhere. That means you're showing that you are one of the top dudes, the SEC of high school, I guess, if you want to say, right? So people kind of understand where I'm coming from. You perform at a high level against the top talent in the nation, where week in and week out, you're playing against Division I talent, right? You're not the only D1 dude out of 22 on the field. It might be 7, 8, or maybe even 9 D1 players on that field at one given time. And then I go here to Miami, a 5-7, a 7-5 team, in a damn, I don't know what it was the last year. And damn, dog, hell no, Gina.
What?
No, dog.
Shout out to the Martin reference.
Yeah, they don't even put these kids majors. I want to see what his major was. They don't even put these kids up here. If I hear one more, especially over there at Colorado, they're talking about he's in graduate studies, exploratory studies.
He's a major in liberal arts.
Always.
One of those surface.
Where does Sapp get his degree from again?
Texas Seminary School, Baptist Texas Seminary.
Incarnate word.
Now, I'm gonna say this too. Look how easy. Okay, look how that was facilitated for him. See, that's the thing. Those are the things we have to say. Was Miami willing to do that at maybe FIU or St. Thomas University, or you know what I'm saying, in Miami? They say, hey man, we're gonna help you get this degree to get you on the field. That's all I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of things in there. Or how about you finish up your degree here at the University of Miami? But look, come on, dog. We know this. Man, Sapp been fishing every weekend and show up with a damn degree. He be out there fishing and hunting, and all of a sudden his next picture with a gown on and a degree. So we know he didn't go to class. Just like Prime didn't go to class. Prime probably don't even know what Talladega is.
All right. Now hold on. We're getting close to hating territory. Back on up.
No, I'm not hating. I'm just saying what it is.
Trust me, who else ain't got a degree in college football right now? Who else?
Most of the University of Alabama in the last 15 years.
Come on, dog. Y'all really think them dudes was they ain't going to class when they was in college.
Man, these classes, I mean, half the high school kids don't go to class anymore. School changed, period. Half a Norland team doesn't even go to Norland.
I was doing my Cat Williams impression. My bad. I just wanted to call out the lies. Pimping.
Listen, man, before we get out of here, dog, the Cat Williams thing, right?
Awesome.
Ice Cube came out today and said everything was real. I mean,
basically, yeah. It's starting to look like all this chirping Cat Williams been doing over the years. It's starting to look like he's a real done. I found a Facebook post where a movie actor, I forget his name, DeLeon, I think, was saying, ask Cat Williams how much money he's giving to people. And he told a story on how sometimes you do sets and a girl just walks up to you and give you $1,000 and they found out it was Cat Williams.
Yep.
And he's done it to plenty of people. They say he just gives away money all the time, bro. I used to think like he was just talking. But was basically like what he said, most of it.
He said he gave somebody $10,000. Who was? I just saw it. Somebody gave him $10,000 and told me he gave him 10 stacks. He threw it in the damn. Who was? I want to say it was a rapper though, and he gave him like 10 stacks or something like that, and was like, "Hey, yada yada yada. When you get on your feet, whatever."
Yeah, they said he helped the Migos out.
Said that.
Boosie. Yes, Boosie. It was Boosie. Yep, sure was.
Yeah, he allegedly he helped out Boosie, not Boosie,
Migos.
the Migos as well, but he didn't really want to comment or say what he did for the Migos. But apparently, it was financially attached. So, but he was like, "Boy, them boys always been making money." But
Bro, listen,
he didn't
if
want
you
to
haven't
elaborate.
seen that interview
Well, that
had
shit
10
is
million views in one day.
in a day.
By the time I
Yeah.
watched it, it had 3 million views.
When I looked at it, it had 8 in a couple hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in 14 hours it had 8. And I said, wait a second, what am I missing? And then I seen on Ocho and Unc show, he was doing
Yes,
it.
you
And I
gotta
was like,
watch that.
I was like, let me go back
You
and see
gotta
what this interview is about. But man, that when I talk about what he say in the group chat, scorch earth, that's what that looked like. Cause
Yeah.
Street, we talked about this. And I said to you, I said, you know what? Do y'all know what Cat Williams did right there, dog? Do y'all have any idea what he did?
the same shit Kanye be doing.
Nope. He just performed a comedy special in an interview format.
In the interview, yeah.
He did a comedy
Yes, he
special
did.
because if you go back, I urge everybody to go watch the interview and then watch Chad and Shannon on the nightcap part where they kind of break down and stuff. He said he'd been trying to get that interview with Cat for a year. And he said when Cat walked in, he said, I've been waiting a year for this. So the way he said it was like, I've been writing material, basically. I've been writing my material for this. Because we've heard him talk about some of these things previously. But the way he delivered it, he took over the interview. Like he said, it was 30 minutes before I could even ask him about his childhood.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, bro, the dude aired everybody out basically within a comedy special on YouTube. And what was brilliant about it, 2 hours, 45 minutes on a platform that nobody can really, it's not like ABC, NBC, like he sat down with Gayle King or whatever.
Right.
He created his own special, a damn comedy special in an interview format, dog.
And then told him afterwards, yeah, your shit about to blow up after this one.
Yes. That was strategic.
You might fuck around with Oprah after this one.
Shannon Sharp said, I ain't never gonna get another comedian. He said, oh no, they gonna be knocking your door down to come back and sit down with you. And okay, so from my perspective of media, right? The reason that worked the way it worked, right, is because of the sauce that I figured out years ago. When people are comfortable and feel secure to talk, and they feel safe, they'll just talk.
There they go.
When they feel safe, see, if you sit out with a Gayle King or one of these overly produced things, right? When you say things to them, you don't know what's going to come out on the other end when you see the finished product.
Right.
But a lot of times when y'all see kids talking to me and I'm in the podcast and they're talking freely and they're not talking like and it doesn't look like it's because they feel safe. They're comfortable. The reason you get moments like that, dog, is because sometimes media has always been the suit guy with the suit on that don't look like you for us. You know what I'm saying? And it's a different conversation a lot of times if he's not really, really good at his job. But when you get them two in the room, that looked like we were a fly on the wall watching something we wasn't supposed to be watching.
Yeah, with 2 homeboys just kicking it.
But listen, Street, to your point, he has always produced his own stand-ups. He said that. It was never big money behind him. He bet on himself. So he took that opportunity to do the same thing technically on an independent stage of Shannon Sharp, who of course has a huge platform, and took that same approach and said, I'm not going to go on major news networks or major network stations. And like you say, it's going to be edited. Shannon Sharp said straight up, we did 2 hours, 45 minutes. I think he said in 6 seconds and didn't edit any of it. They even showed the part where the dude tried to correct him on his dates. Like they didn't cut anything.
Nothing.
Like they showed everything. And so And I guarantee he probably told Shannon that, like, listen, don't cut any of this out. Let's just roll it. You know, because they do sign contracts at that level because you're dealing with major celebrities.
That's a tough place for Shannon to be in too, dog. That's
Yeah,
a tough place because a lot of those people were his friends. Like he said, Faison is like his real friend. To sit there and let him be him and say his piece, and it not become Shannon. You know what I'm saying? Shannon can't jump on the bandwagon and allow it to become his thoughts also. It's a tough spot for Shannon to be in, but I think he did a really good job.
Hell yeah. He stayed out of it, didn't have an opinion. Hell yeah.
Right. I think he did a really good job. But
and now we wait.
Cat Williams, bro. I think Cat Williams. Damn, he was talking about people, but it didn't feel like 50 Cent's How to Rob, boy. It didn't feel like you know what I'm saying? It felt like he was telling the truth.
He painted a story, Street.
Yeah, 50 Cent.
He painted a story. That's why I say it was a stand-up special. He didn't just say, man, Cedric the Entertainer had that job. Next question. He painted the story. You felt like there's nothing he said about anybody else. Now, the 3,000 books, I think he embellished a little bit that he read, but that was about him. But the stuff he said about everybody else, he painted the picture, and everything you thought, it was plausible, dog. Like he's like
add receipts.
Yeah, but he didn't even bring the receipts. Other people start bringing up designing women, and other people. He let the internet bring out the receipts. Yeah, Matty. He painted the picture to make you say, you know what? Damn, that does sound kind of like when he brought up the Hang with Mr. Cooper. He said, look, he didn't say, man, he just stole the show. He put you in the. It's almost like when a great storyteller, like Scarface the rapper, when he raps, you can picture it, right? He used colorful words where you can picture imaginary words where you can picture the situation. And I'm saying to myself, damn, I guess that dude did have a man unit. Because in my mind, I'm like, what man goes from high top fade to ball? We usually gonna cut it down low first before we go all the way out. You went from a thick high top fade to straight up ball. Think about that. Listen, nobody ever thought about that, dog.
And he had one of those when it wasn't popular. Now it's kind of popular. Back then it was kind of like it's just not what you did.
What he said about Harvey Weinstein. Now listen, I think we witnessed something that's going to go down, right? I think what we witnessed, because a lot of times when you see greatness, like when Farrakhan was on Donahue, they probably didn't know it was going to go down and be like this. When you see it at real time, like you don't realize that the shit may never ever go away in history. That man said Harvey Weinstein asked him to in front of. He said, "Dog, never heard anybody say anything like that."
And nobody denied it. Ain't nobody in his camp say, "Nah, that ain't happened."
Nobody denied it.
And they said Harvey Weinstein asked him to suck his dick in front of everybody. I've never heard. You've heard people say Harvey Weinstein did some cracked up shit. You know what I'm saying? I've never heard anybody say it that way, though. I think what we watched, that interview will never leave us. That will be etched in history, though. Those shorts that everybody's cutting up, Ice Cube. We
saw like Eddie Murphy. What's the Eddie Murphy stand-up special?
Raw?
Delirious.
Raw. It's Delirious. It's just like Delirious. Never been done before. We've never seen an interview that was a comedy special.
I think more so like Actors Studio when Chappelle came back from Africa. Y'all ever saw that?
Yeah.
When he came back from Africa, he sat down in the Actors Studio and she interviewed him, and he started talking about Mariah Carey and these people not crazy. And he didn't have the balls to say what Cat said, but he basically was hitting at it like, Martin Lawrence ain't crazy. Crazy is a dismissive term. These are strong people. So what is going wrong with them? Dog, that interview is not
you see
going.
The Brandon Jackson?
Huh?
The Brandon, how they try to get him in the dress for Big Mama's house too. And he told me, he's like, hey dog, I'm with you, I'm rocking with you. And he was like, I'm not wearing no dress. He said, go get Brandon Jackson to do it. And then Brandon Jackson came back and said, what? Now he didn't even just say this. This was in an interview. He said that was my biggest regret. He said nothing's been the same ever since I put that dress on.
Really?
Yeah, I watched the whole. It's like a 2-minute clip. He said nothing has been the same. He said if I go back in time, I would never have put that damn dress on. And you ain't seen him in shit since. He said when he came out, he said he felt like that one scene he had in Lottery Ticket with Bow Wow with the I'm broke nigga that scene.
Yeah.
He said that got him in the door with a lot of people, and when they did, he said he felt like he was quote unquote too real, and they said they had to tone him down, and the dress thing was how to do it. And he said Cat Williams called him and told him, "Hey, don't put that fucking dress on," and he did it anyway.
But
He said nothing's been the same since.
Bro, this man even went at Ludacris, dog. And guess what? It sounds plausible. He said, look, he said, them people came to us. It was me and him. And they say, listen. And it's funny. Now, it may be coincidental, or he may have used the times to paint this picture. He said, bruh, shave the sideburn, the pork chop sideburn with the design in the afro. And we're going to give you, because remember, the whole thing was supposed to be Ja Rule. Remember, it was supposed to be in Ja Rule. Was supposed to be that role.
Yeah.
And dog, if you think about Ludacris, I haven't seen him in any other movies besides Fast and Furious. And I see Ja Rule came out with a rap about it. I mean, not Ja Rule, but Luda came out with a rap. He had a rap response. But
he said,
bro, nobody's denying this stuff though. Nobody's denying this stuff.
Everybody's responding to.
And if you notice, Hayes,
that's what made me feel like
that motherfucker just got
a lot of people.
That motherfucker just got his afro and them sideburns back. I just see that motherfucker in a State Farm commercial with that shit on, wearing braids and shit like it's 2003 again.
Right. Bro, and here's the thing: nobody tell me this. I may be wrong, but I haven't heard anybody say, "Nah, he's lying." In the latest review, in the latest responses.
Well, I think what's the name said. Well, Savion said something today, and I think Kevin Hart basically said it's sad or something like that.
But he didn't say it didn't happen though. That's the difference.
Yeah, Kevin Hart is standing on his money. Yeah, he just like, oh, it's sad because Kevin Hart is. I mean,
see, I don't know, bro. I think a lot of stuff he's saying is true. I think a lot of those guys, right? I don't think everything is black and white, dude. Like he said, Harvey Weinstein asked him to do something foul, right? I think some of the stuff to some people is green, right? And it's not sexual. It's like, hey, shave your hair. And you don't know, like some of these people come from places where they don't know. Like you think about John Moran. I think John Moran is kind of green. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of flawed from like where he's from. And some of this stuff he's doing is like maybe he didn't grow up like that and now he's doing it. I don't always think there's a door that they're walking through and they actually know that they're walking through whatever we want to call it. Illuminati, or you getting ordained, or you getting blah, blah, blah. I don't think they always know. I think some of them are just trying to make it. That makes sense?
Of course. Yeah. I said that last night on the show. When people are starving, they don't see the bigger picture because you're so hungry that you don't see you can't play forward what's happening, right? You don't see the game, you don't see the play, right? And I said that, like, so a lot of people are like, oh, well, if that's the case, I said, think about it. Kat said, and I was saying this on the show the other night, if 200 people auditioned for the Money Mike part, he said I was 201. So if 200 people auditioned for that, and we all could say fairly that the Friday movies were not major budget films, right? Where we all agree they're not Paramount, they're not right. Okay. So imagine 200 people apply for one role there. So imagine if you go for bigger movies, bigger roles, how many people get approached out of 200 people? Imagine one person says, okay, just one person. Yeah, I'll suck you, Harvey, to get on. Right. Or 3 or 4 people do that, or 5 or 6. And like he said, it's 33,000 scripts a year. Now that might be a little extra. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Not in the business. But if just one person from every one of them roles on average, or a half a person from each one, that's 16,000 people that bowed down to the pressures that be. I'll put it like that.
Yeah.
Bro, that's nuts, dog. That's nuts, bro. Literally, that's nuts.
Pause.
Pause.
I mean, literally, that's how you have a casting couch setup, because it's like you go to work Monday through Saturday or Monday through Sunday, and you know this is going to happen because you're going to have 200, 300 people walk in there, and your boldest 5% are going to come to the front of the line and tell you what they're going to do for the role. This is
Bro,
every day.
You see Terry Crews, big football playing muscle bound dude, say he got tried. But here's the thing:
right.
if you ever bow down to the powers that be, it's like the dope man, right? If you go rob a dope dealer, who can he tell? He can't tell the police, right?
Oh.
So now what happens to this? What happens to that person that bowed down? Who he gonna tell? He gonna come out and say eventually, maybe years later, like Terry Crews did, but look what he reaped the benefits of until he just had enough.
Wait,
right?
so the Ice Cube say that Ricky Smiley was telling the truth, or that Cat Williams was telling the truth?
He said Cat Williams was telling the truth. He said Cat Williams was killing it so hard that they just let him write his own parts, basically. Like he was as the pimp, he added so much to that film. Now I think Ricky Smiley. See, I think two things could be true. Somebody probably did tell Ricky Smiley, "Hey, Ricky, man, come down here. We got a part for you, man. You're gonna pay a pimp." And he gets down there, and maybe it's not available anymore. I think two things could be true.
I think it was. Cat Williams knocked it out the park, but I think Cat Williams not like it. Probably would have been Ricky's part if Cat Williams never showed up.
Cube said Cat Williams killed it. Basically, he made, and we saw it. He made the film. He made the film, dog.
He said that Cat Williams' part was just as long as Ricky Smiley. Like they had just about much, screen time.
The Santa Claus part was.
Yeah, I had to go watch that again
at the beginning.
I just watched. I watched it on Christmas. I don't know why. It's like
I didn't know
that
was
Ricky
Ricky Smiley.
I watched. Yeah.
You know that was Ricky Smiley?
No, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what that did for Ricky Smiley because I didn't really know it was him.
But that's what Cat said. Cat said that Ricky Smiley was on set bitching and complaining because his face was covered up the whole time with the bandana until the very end.
Right. Exactly.
And that's why he kept saying, "Man, I'm Ricky Smiley, man, blah, 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 blah." And that's kind of the same thing he was talking about with Kevin Hart. How do you go with this no-name actor, this no-name comedian, technically, and you start off with a star-studded movie like Soul Plane, low budget as hell, but it's star-studded, and you're the star. You're not one of the supporting cast. You're the star of Soul Plane, but you got Snoop in there. You got all these other comedians, these bigger name comedians that are they are supporting cast to a no-name comedian. So how does he get tabbed as that dude to be the star of Soul Plane when Snoop is the pilot? This other dude that, I don't know all the people that played in it, but it was a star-studded cast so far as comedians in Soul Plane. And no, I had never heard of Kevin Hart before Soul Plane.
Yeah. But how do you? I mean, you never know. Like
someone said he started with Rockefeller. I could see that because I know he wasn't around like the guys who was on Young Guns, Chris and Neve, Young Chris and Young Neve.
Bro, hold on. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. I'm looking at this right now.
He was in those smaller movies too. If you remember, he was in what's that one?
State Property.
State Property. He was in State Property. Another one with Beans.
But listen, I'm looking at the cast. Hold on, but I'm looking at the cast of Soul Plane right now. Kevin Hart was the star. Tom Arnold is in that movie, right? Godfrey is in that movie. Snoop Dogg, D.L. Hughley, who is king of comedy, was in that movie. Monique is in that movie. Samora is in this movie. John Witherspoon is in this movie. These are bigger names than he was at the time, I'm saying. We're just talking about the kind of people.
Yeah, he was a feature actor.
Kevin Hart was a star.
He was a feature actor.
Yeah, he was the star.
He was the star.
He was the star. Big Boy is in this movie. Not Big Boy the DJ, I meant. Not the rapper.
We knew Kevin Hart, but two things make sense about what he was saying with Kevin Hart. Number one, prior to that, Kevin Hart had not been to the West Coast. Like, we knew who he was from, Comedy Jam and all that other stuff, but he had not been to the West Coast at all. So we didn't even know he had aspirations like that or he was going to be a good actor. That's number one. But number two, when he started talking about the wife situation, and I hate people's personal life is their personal life, but the long time young lady that held you down. I mean, you left her on the East Coast when you moved to the West Coast.
I didn't understand that part where he said you get a light skin, you get a white, you get a light skin, flat face, funny looking white.
Because all those dudes like Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart, they all have wives who fit that description, and no one ever talks to them. You see them on social media taking pictures and shit, but they don't do interviews, and no one does talk to them. I don't know. I don't know if he was saying that they were plants and that those were just like.
I mean, but who wife? Nobody's wife talks, but Denzel wife. Nobody wife talks.
Bro, Kevin
Nobody
Hart
wife talks
since 2001.
I met Denzel wife, and she's not light skinned like that.
No, she's not.
He's saying that Denzel wife do talk, so she's not a plant.
Yeah.
Everybody else.
But I didn't understand that part. Like he almost said it like they issue their wife to him. Like you get a light skin for
That's
the
how I
face
took
wife.
it. That's how I took it.
That's how I took it. Yeah.
Bro, you think about that, dog. It says Kevin Hart has been active since 2001. All right. So he hasn't been on the scene and Soul Plane came out in 2004.
What's Cal beef with Kevin Hart? I mean with Cal, you got a beef with Cat Williams. You and what's your boy here? Third degree, like he ain't buying it. Listen, man, Kevin Hart, if Cat Williams was very believable last night.
Sir. Yes, sir.
And,
I ain't gonna lie, man.
And
like,
Ice Cube kind of stamped it, and then the truth started coming out across social media of things he's done for people. And he's always talked about himself like he was a god. He thought he was high. But
I do think he did some harder drugs than weed. I believe he's done harder drugs than weed and alcohol. I believe that personally. That's just my personal. I think he has done something. He said he don't do nothing but weed and alcohol. I may be wrong. I'm only guessing. Only speculating.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Hayes, when I hear that, it make me think that people like Kanye and the one and only Miss Wilcox be on to something. Because
Wilcox be on something. I'm telling you, boy.
Well, she in these comments going in, boy. I don't know if YouTube gonna ban us, so I can't even put the comments up. But she's going in
what
right
she
now.
Said, I think Kanye.
Kanye
on to something.
She Empress 808 Diamond.
Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't see her. Man, they drinking blood of children and the baby umbilical. Oh my God, man, Wilcox.
Oh Lord, I ain't read all that. Jesus Christ, they drinking the blood of children, the baby umbilical cord after birth. When a woman gives birth. No, he was actually saying the Illuminati. Like he was actually saying.
And Unc told him he's like, you know, these people trying to blackball you again. He's like,
he's like again. That's why I was thinking that what he said about the devil. The devil don't give out blessings. The devil don't give out blessings. Only God.
Hey, that's fair. That's probably gonna be one of them lines in 2024. They finna TikTok that one to death.
That and I just wanted to be Jesus' friend.
Nah, he's smooth, and he has a hell of a vocabulary too.
Now I did say this. Hold up, and we talked about this street. We can't say the R word on here, but the R word. Remember when Cube said in his thing, he said, "I didn't have no R scene in my stuff. I don't make movies."
Yeah,
but you actually said right. You like actually that technically was going to be an R scene.
It was. You could tell something was cut there. Like it wasn't like whatever was going to happen in that bathroom was kind of
it changed. Yeah,
it was weird.
It changed because remember he walked in with the phone book. He's like, "What's up, fresh meat or fresh fish or whatever he said." He's like, "Phone book? I ain't in the phone book." And then because imagine was crazy. Again, this was Cat. Probably, I don't know if he was steadfast saying, "Hey man, I ain't with the R scene," but he probably said no. He said it there. But I'm talking about when he probably pitched that to Cube and producers, he probably pitched it like, "Hey, you know what'd be real funny? If he think he finna come here and I'm finna take these pliers and grab him by the." You know, he probably pitched it different. So I don't think he stood in there and said, "Hey man, I ain't doing no R scene, dog. I ain't with that."
Yeah.
He probably said in his mind, "I ain't doing that. Let me see if I can make this comedic."
That's what he said. He said that in the interview.
I
He
would
said
type
that in
that.
the interview.
I would tie that back to the 200 people auditioning, because at some point, if 200 people are doing a table read and that is in the script, because let's be clear, we know Cube writes a lot of that and produces a lot of those films under Cube Vision. But I would be remiss if I didn't say that there's a high probability that them other executive producers put their own spin on it because they think that's what Hollywood want to see. Not to mention, there's always been a historical push to demasculine, like to demasculiniate the African American man, right?
Right.
So I can see, like, even on Kevin's own show, when he said that, someone posted a clip on Twitter of Shaq.
Him and Shaq, right?
Yeah, Shaq been him on, and that was Kevin Hart's show, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wasn't that Real Husbands of Hollywood? And he on Kevin Hart's show,
Yeah.
so I'm like, what they gonna do to your ass? And I'm like, God. And Kevin Hart executive produces that show, so it would almost be irresponsible for me to not think that at some point, what Hayes is saying is true. He probably did pitch it because they probably changed something from Cube's original script to be like, hey, we're gonna have this guy come in here and get raped. And excuse me, the R word, I apologize, you two people. Get this, and then when the time comes on the show and it comes onto the what's called, it doesn't actually show it happening, but them possibly coming out of the bathroom, and then Cat Williams kind of like falling with the guy, and it's like, man,
like Players Club, there was an R scene in that, right, with the girl.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They didn't show it.
They didn't show it.
You already knew what it was based on,
Right. So the people, I mean, they kind of saying, so is Cube lying? I don't think Cube lying, but I think everybody who watched that movie, when he walked in that door, that's what you thought was about to happen, right?
Like, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a prison dude.
The interview was there, obviously.
And you got to remember, he the same dude. Remember you talking about, ooh, Tupac. Yeah.
And then what makes it crazy is that he essentially blew up after that role. Cat Williams didn't get the same energy after that role that I can't remember my man's name.
A lot of people blew up from Fridays.
Terry Crews got a huge role. He didn't play that again, but he got a huge role after that film. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the TV show and all of that.
He went The Longest Yard after that. You know, and like people forget.
America's Got Talent, all that stuff.
Man,
like he had major roles. Yeah. I don't know, dog. But for a dude to try for cats to be talking about Terry Crews, man, and rub this thigh and all that stuff, I'm like, bro, hold up.
Yep, he was in White Chicks.
Yep.
Yeah. Terry Crews took off like a rocket ship after that role, man. Like, let's not get amnesia.
And look at the motive too. Terry Crews Cat Williams said him and Terry Crews used to talk, and Terry Crews was like, he missed a lot of big opportunities or big breaks, and he viewed that as, I'm not missing this break no more. So you take that for what you want it to be, right?
Nah, I'm talking about he got those roles. He let that man touch you.
Oh God.
Hey, you take it how you want to take it, but at the end, the reason we are so fascinated with this topic too is because in the world of social media, and I guess we can call celebrity social media now. Sometimes you got to tear one person down in order to put another one on a pedestal. Mm-hmm. And that's a lot of what Hollywood does. So they'll tear down this one person in order to hype up somebody else like a Kevin Hart, right? Or and you know, we see what happened with Dave Chappelle. They try to move him out of the way. So when you see these guys come back like this, like Dave Chappelle did, like Cat Williams is doing right now, man, we can't do nothing but applaud it. And one other thing, man, shout out to Cat Williams and talk about
so stupid.
Christmas, talking about calling What's his name?
Chris Tucker. He said Chris. He
Chris
said Michael
Tucker.
Jackson called him
Christmas.
Christmas.
I've heard that before. Christmas. Hey,
That's
Christmas.
insane.
Can I say this though, Street? Let me ask you this. We talk about this, and I was bringing up the thing about feminizing our black men or whatever, and I was bringing up the whole Ricky Williams thing. Remember him? You remember Ricky Williams and Mike Dicker, and Ricky Williams wore the wedding dress and all of that.
With a wedding dress, yes.
He tried to say he was married to the game, but my thing is, why was it Mike Dicker in the dress and Ricky Williams in the tux?
Right. Mike Dicker said he wasn't doing it.
Exactly. So, but why Ricky had to bow down to the dress? Like,
I think Ricky was a kid. It's like I just said. I think some of them be naive, right? Not hip to the bigger game that's being played. Same thing with your boy, the running back from Georgia, right? One of his first commercials, he was in a damn dress. Girly.
Damn, that's ironic.
I didn't know that. I didn't
the last
see
name,
that.
Girly, you in a dress? God damn, these jokes write themselves.
But they probably did commercial. Yeah, they probably did that because and they sold it to him. Oh, it's just a play on your name. It's not a big deal. And he's like, oh, okay, no biggie, whatever. Okay, I get it. But like those are the things where I remember seeing a thing with Bernie Mac. I don't know if y'all saw this with Bernie Mac, and I guess they were doing a photo shoot for the TV show. And the white lady, I guess she's a producer or whatever she was, tried to get the little boy to sit on his lap. He was like, nah, he can stand back here. Have y'all seen that?
Hold on, real quick. Third Degree. They got plenty of land to sell in Brooklyn. Me being from Brooklyn, because it's called gentrification. I just wanted to point that out. Go ahead, Hayes.
No, I was just saying that Bernie Mac understood, because imagine that picture with that kid on your lap with that little boy. See, it's like little subtle things. Yeah, you're supposed to sell it like, yeah, you the uncle and you taking care of him. But I think Bernie Mac knew, don't put that little boy on my lap, because he knew the long game was, y'all come back that later and say he had touched me and look how he be looking on this picture, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you see things like Kevin Hart. I saw this picture. I don't know if it's Photoshopped or true, but then he kissed a rock or something. He was sitting in the rock lap. Like,
I can believe that. They do a lot of playful stuff like that, and trust me, I'm probably one of the biggest rock fans, but yeah, they make it like a playful slide. Yeah, they make it like a playful banter because the Rock is so big compared to Kevin Hart. But you right.
Yeah, but you ain't gonna kiss me in my mouth, dog.
No, you're right. I'm agreeing with you. That's not okay.
No, yeah, but those are the things that I think Cat is talking about, right? Because there was always a lot of speculation that Cat Williams was GAY. You know what I'm saying? It was always a lot of that. You know what I mean? But
and Rock let Vince McMahon disrespect his daddy at his dad's funeral, something like that. Didn't say nothing back.
Yeah. I mean, The Rock used to call people jabronis, and now you up here kissing on it.
He also used to call them candy asses, though. Pause.
Yeah. I'm just saying to myself, like,
but then he got all that from Ed Ogeron. So what they say about Big Ed O? You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no, yeah,
we did get that from Ed Ogeron, though.
Oh, your candy asses. No, I get it, but it's just so much stuff if you look at it. But then you look at it on the flip side. Does that happen in the other cultures? Do you see the other cultures doing this?
Yo, man.
I don't know if he giving it up, Chris, or he taking it. But I'm just saying. You know, he was a football player. He might have went in as a tight end, but came out a wide receiver. That's all I can tell you. That's all I can tell you, Matty. The rest of that, I don't know what's going on.
Oh my God, man.
Shad 1419, you're right. You never saw Al Pacino in a dress.
I'm saying, have we ever seen any of the comedians? Adam Sandler, Jim Carrey. Jim
Carrey wore a tutu, but he played a crazy guy on Living Color.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler, I don't think so.
Nope.
I'm saying, do we see prominent comedians having to do that? And I'm just trying to think. Jerry Seinfeld, Robin Williams did in Miss Doubtfire. Thank you, Shad. But that's
Robin
okay.
Williams was on, he was gray, I think, wasn't he?
No. I'm just saying, like,
You said Adam Sandler. Yes. When did Adam Sandler wear a
Miss
dress?
Doubtfire. Oh, Robin Williams. I don't know when Adam Sandler wore a dress.
I'm just saying we don't see the prominent comedians.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. Yeah,
Robert
Jim Carrey
De Niro didn't.
He played Vera DeMilo. He played Vera DeMilo.
He wore a dress.
Who did?
Adam Sandler.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
And where? I'm asking. I don't know.
In Jack and Jill, Adam Sandler dresses women on the movie set in the set feature film Jack and Jill. Yeah, he in here wearing a dress.
I think there's actually a movie that came out. I think I watched it on Netflix a long time ago. And this was like a couple that moved out to Hollywood for the first time. And this was back in like the I think it was like the story of how Hollywood was invented, or when Hollywood was invented. If you go watch that movie, you'll be blown away.
Oh man, hold up. I'm gonna go through this list right here. I just typed in male actors who wore dresses. They got Billy Porter. I don't even know who that is.
Billy Porter.
Yeah. Jamie Foxx, Jonathan Van Ness, Vin Diesel. Damn, I didn't know Vin Diesel wore a dress. Chris Tucker.
Oh yeah, Billy Porter's that gay dude that's going broke. Yeah, I didn't know he was wearing a dress.
Chris Tucker wore a dress. Martin Lawrence, Young Thug.
Yep, Chris Tucker in The Fifth Element.
Kanye West. Brandon Wilson, Sean and Marlon Wayans, Flip Wilson, Arsenio Hall. He sure did when he was acting like he was at the club in the first Coming to America.
Yep.
Kurt Cobain, Jared Leto, Jaden Smith, Eddie Murphy, Harry Styles, Tyler Perry, Brad Pitt, Keon Lonsdale, Wesley Snipes. Oh, they did that Fu Manchu or whatever it was.
Yep.
And David Bowie. David Bowie and Kid Cudi. I don't know, bro. That
wasn't a dress in Fifth Element. I didn't watch Fifth Element, so it looked like a dress to me. He had his hair done up and all kind of stuff like that. So it's all part of it.
So Rick says clothes don't define your sexuality. It doesn't, in essence, right? But we're talking about the feminization of men. Well, that's what we're talking about, right? Of your prominent men.
It's just the imagery.
Yeah. People don't understand too. Like this was huge in Europe. This was like a king, just like they used to have something called King's disease. Now they call it the SAD diet, standard American diet. King's disease was basically gluttony, where kings got to overeat in times of great famine, right? It was the same way with sexuality, unfortunately, right? As a king, you got to a point where you just got so much of everything. You got so many concubines as far as women is concerned.
Yes, Lord.
That next step for a king was to buck break. And in Europe, a lot of kings did that. It was a common practice where if a king had a lot of everything, the next thing was to show how they can impose their will on other men.
You know, it's funny, Rich, you say that. It's funny you say that, dog, because I said this the other night on the show that
Chris.
Sometimes these dudes, and it's funny, right? That Third Degree said all of them people that I read off are in the Illuminati. And they may be. But I'll say this, dog. Sometimes, you ever seen, they always say people are so rich they bored. I think some of those dudes get bored, dog. Like these super rich folks, to your point, like the king, they just so bored. Man, I'm gonna see a little buddy go for it.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna see. Like, bro, I don't want to be that rich. Then I'm bored. But like you said,
Right.
it's nothing you like. What do you tell Mark Zuckerberg he can't buy? What do you tell Elon Musk he can't? Like, there's nothing on the world he can't purchase. There's nothing he can't do. The man Jeff Bezos literally went out of space off of Amazon package money.
I'll tell you this.
Like, so what do you tell them they can't do? So
Check
what's
this
next? Let's do the taboo thing. Yeah.
Right.
Look at this. This man Jeff Bezos is building a 10,000 year clock inside of a mountain just because he can.
Because he can.
And
you know what's funny? If you go watch
him do it.
And if you go watch Jeff Bezos, if you go watch that 1994 interview, he was the most humble dude on earth. Have y'all ever seen that interview?
Mm-mm.
When he first do me a favor, go Google this. If you go Google it, he did an interview. I want to say it was 94, maybe 98. And he's driving a 1990 something Honda Accord with roll-up windows. His office desk is a door that he turns sideways and put on stilts. Like, it was the most basic. Like, when he was first starting Amazon, where it was just a book, like just doing books. And he was like, why do I need to buy a new car? Because this car works just fine. Like, bro, and you look at him today, one, he doesn't even look like the same person.
No.
Two, like, if you look at him, when you talk about change, bro, if you listen to that interview and go watch it, I don't know if you can see it, Eddie, Mehdi will pull it up just to show him what it looked like. If you go Jeff Bezos, like, let me see if I can find it. Bro, if you just watch that interview, you'll be like, nah, this ain't the same dude.
Nah, he's different.
1999. This is a 1999 interview. So I just typed in Jeff Bezos in 1999 on Amazon's plan. Bro, he don't even look like the same guy. Of course, 25 years ago, but if you just listen to him talk, he riding around in a Honda.
Carrying a fat ass Pikachu doll.
But look at him, dog. He's like a regular old cornball. Like, and of course, you make money, you do things differently. I'm not judging him for that, but we're just talking about his mindset. We talk about how it changes.
Yeah.
In this world, investors, it sounds like
he looks like he's 45 in that video.
Right.
He was probably 32.
I think all internet companies, the stocks are incredibly volatile. And but even long term, I believe that it's very easy to predict that there are going to be lots of successful companies born of the internet. They're going to have very large market caps and so on. I also believe that today, where we sit, it's very hard to predict who those companies are going to be. So you can make bets on these things. And I think that Amazon.com, if we're not one of those important, lasting companies born of the internet, we will have nobody to blame. More information.
I'm trying to find out.
And that's
I'm trying to. Do me a favor. Type in Jeff Bezos' old Honda.
Those are things I'm very, very proud of. Because with that distribution center space and half a dozen distribution centers around the country, it allows us to get product close to customers so that we can.
Yeah, I see it. I see him in his old Honda. Yeah.
Right there. Click that
this morning, New York Times.
Look at that.
Yeah, I saw the Times this morning. At one point on Friday, Amazon.com's total stock market value surged past $30 billion, making it worth more than a major industrial company like Texaco. That didn't blow your mind when you read it?
Well, I think if you're asking for sort of an emotional response, I think it's very humbling, and it creates a sense of responsibility.
According to my calculations, you yourself are worth somewhere in the vicinity of $9 or $10 billion today. I only say that because I've got a follow-up question.
Okay.
What's with the Honda?
This is a perfectly good car.
In July of 1995,
in
this modest ranch house outside Seattle, Bezos sold his first book. Today, he has 5 huge warehouses in the United States and Europe, packed not only with books, but with CDs and movies. Last year, Amazon sold more than $600 million worth of merchandise over the internet.
Pause that real quick. Because I'm in the supply chain industry, the thing I think about when I see this is, in order to continue his business, all those warehouses you see full of all that crap, because you know only half of that stuff sold, or I do. Whatever he spent on it, he basically had to double down and pour all of his profits into new product and continue to do that in order to stay relevant in the market. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, this man was $9 billion at that time, and he got a 1994 Honda.
I've heard rumblings that that right now what's my man name that owns
somebody say he got a ludicrous sideburns. Y'all Chad, cut it out, boy.
So I started laughing. Someone said that my man that
Chris Young. You know what, Chris? Go to sleep right now. It's too late for you. Chris Young said that boy hairline on fuck it. Chris, go to bed
all night, every stream, man. That's Chris Young.
Chris, go to bed right now, dog. Hey, your streaming time is up, dog. Go to sleep.
Every night, man. We on here. This is Chris. But now, yeah, they said the dude that owns Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg. They said he drives like a regular ass Toyota or some shit.
Really?
Right now, yeah.
But he also ain't going out of space. He ain't got the $1 million yachts. I'm just talking about now. You go look at Jeff Bezos. He's spending all the money on all the luxurious and thing, and he was worth $9. You heard what he said? Not Amazon. He said you are worth $9 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Not Amazon. He said you're worth about $9 billion. Like now this dude got the model girlfriend. This dude done got the yacht. You know what I'm saying? Like
every man would do some sort of that if the money was infinite.
Bro, his yacht cost $500 million, and he was riding a 94 Honda. What I'm saying is, what made the change? Why the $500 million yacht? Why not the $10 million, $20 million yacht? You got a $500 million yacht, dog.
You probably learned that you got to pay taxes on it if you don't use it.
I get it, but Jesus Christ,
gotta give it back. So
real
to
quick,
give back less, you got to spend more.
We've been in here for a Dade County area code now, so
the Dade County area code. That's funny. Yeah, people say taxes, but I'm just saying I get the taxes. But dog, there's so much other things. Bro, you could give that to scholarships. What I'm saying, for a humble guy,
his wife does it. Or his ex-wife does it.
I know, but I'm saying, but from the hunt, she give back to the school teacher. That what she gave back to. No, she messed around. No, she married. She married the teacher from their kid's school.
Oh wow.
That dude came up, boy.
What?
He did.
Yeah, that's what she married.
I thought she had like she was giving money to like HBCUs as like some type of
she probably he probably got a library named after him at his school. No, but I was just saying that I'm not counting pockets. I'm talking about the mentality of the humbleness. Because even then, when he was worth $9 billion, he was driving a 94 Honda, and he probably was doing a lot of things for taxes and whatever else. That same rule applies, just multiplied times probably 100. But we're just talking about, if you go look at him, his demeanor, his talk, all of that changed. And that's what I'm saying. You know, I said all that to say that's what money does. It changes you. You get bored.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what I was saying, that these dudes get bored and they get powerful. And power is powerful. You know what I'm saying? You get them Jeffrey Epstein islands, boy.
Hey,
it's tripping.
Thought provoking. Shout out to Shad. He said him and Ellen V starting up the Cane Juice Scholarship Fund.
Hey, Ellen V, can I say this to you, Ellen? I'll never leave you, baby. I was just out there. Listen, I was just out there checking on them other girls. I'm gonna be right back. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about Ray and Lexus and them. I'm trying to get them in. You know what I mean? I'm trying to start my own cult. And what we're gonna wear at our cult meeting is gold jackets. We're gonna wear gold jackets at our cult meeting.
And blenders.
No, and whoever can wear, and whichever woman can kick the football the furthest gets my love, baby. That's all I'm saying.
That's crazy.
Anywho, but Ellen, you know I would never miss you. I'd never leave you out, baby.
Let's see. I hit that one already. Anybody got insight on Minty Miami? From what we're hearing, Minty's, I think he commits tomorrow. The game's tomorrow, right?
Yeah, 1:00. I just put his WRE out, so y'all go check that out. Shameless.
Yeah, shout out to Coach Hayes with WRE. He put out a couple of WREs for some Canes commits too. So feel free to go watch only those. No, I'm just kidding. Support the channel, man. We're anticipating him to go to Alabama. We don't anticipate Minty coming here, but things change. Mario going grind it out to the last second. So Fletcher, we hearing obviously non-contact injury. It was a precaution to hold him out for the rest of the game. Obviously, he should be back for spring. He should be good.
Because he hopped on that handoff. When he got the handoff, he kind of hopped his way through.
He did, and I got super nervous when I seen that because I thought it was
Achilles.
Yeah, me too. But it's a foot injury. He should be good to go.
Maybe have a Jones fracture or something like that. Maybe he got a Jones fracture.
Yeah, like a small chip fracture, something like that. So we'll see. What you guys think about? Well, what you guys about NCAA football game? Yeah, I'm gonna be playing that live on Twitch often when that comes out until that GTA 6.
When is that coming out?
This summer.
On what? You got to have a PlayStation 5?
I think it's gonna be out on everything.
I got an Xbox 360. Well, that's old. Why you laughing?
I got an Oculus.
360.
I got an Oculus.
Yeah, they started numbers back. It started back at 1. I don't know where you at, Hayes. You.
No, for real. I got a PlayStation 4. I probably played it. If I had to add the hours up, I probably played it for 2 hours.
Damn. We on 5, right?
Well, the funny thing, the 5 came out. Okay, remember the 5 came out right. I bought this, and the 5 came out right after COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought it during COVID. Because I'm gonna be at the house, I ain't got shit to do. So let me go ahead and I bought that, and then the 5 came out like right after that. So I was kind of pissed. But I think I paid like $300 for that damn thing. I got up at like 6 o'clock in the morning, go to Walmart because they had one available on the other side of town, all the way by UCF.
Damn.
Hey.
Sterling Williams, I don't know who's Brianna Connor. I gotta Google this.
Brianna O'Connor? I don't know who that is. Is she a video vixen?
I don't know. I don't know who that is. I don't know who this is.
I'm looking at it. Well, what does she do?
Did I spell the name wrong? Am I supposed to know who this person is? Georgia plane crash victims.
Oh, damn, you went deep, Sterling.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I see a black lady and a white lady, so I don't know who's who.
Eldridge Premise asks, what do you think about Trick Daddy's comments? I didn't see what Trick Daddy said in regards to that.
Cat, yeah, I saw it. He was basically threatening Cat Williams, saying, "Don't talk."
Wait, what did he say about Trick Daddy? Oh,
he's
that's his radio homeboy or something.
Yeah,
Ricky Smiley.
Yeah. So Trick Daddy old self was on live somewhere talking about he'll fight Cat Williams and all this other stuff.
But the problem is he didn't try. Well, he said Rick wasn't funny though. No, did he say Rick wasn't funny?
Yeah, something to that extent.
He said he couldn't.
To that extent.
He said he couldn't act. That's what he said. He couldn't act. He didn't say he wasn't funny. He said, and that's true. Can I be honest? I can't stand to listen to Ricky Smiley read them damn ads. It's like, oh my God, bro. Like nails on a chalkboard, bro. Have you ever heard Ricky Smiley read, dog? I ain't gonna lie, it's terrible, dog. I'm not saying he can't read, but when he's reading it, it's almost like, come on, bro. Like let Gary with the T read that junk or something, bro. Like, come on, man. It's too much.
I don't listen to the radio. And even I want to listen to the radio, they don't play that shit in North Dakota.
But I used to listen to it, and I'm saying like he used to read like the 4 Eyes ad. Go get your 4 Eyes glasses. If you come down now, oh god, I ain't gonna lie, it was god awful.
Didn't he used to have a New York dude on the show?
Yeah, head crack.
He's still on the show?
I don't know. I don't listen to syndicate. I don't listen to the radio like that.
Yeah.
But,
podcasting is the future, baby. We listen to that shit live.
Man, Black Tony is my Google man, dog. Google man and my Black Tony, dog.
Oh, from the stream?
Yeah. Man, I love Coach Haynes. He still call me Coach Haynes. That job's so funny, man. That's my man right there, boy.
Not Coach Haynes.
He call me Coach Haynes, dog, all the time.
That's funny.
That's my dog, though.
Why you come? Because he be looking up shit.
So I called him
Google one day.
No, the reason I called him Google man because he said his name is Courtney Joe, and one day he was like, "Coach, man, you can ask me about any football player. I know everything, and I even know the girl he went to the prom with." I was like, "Nah, stop it." So we just started spitting off names. That dude was spitting it off. Oh, he played this many years. He played for the Dallas Cowboys. He went to high school here, blah, 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 blah. And his girlfriend was named Brenda, and their first kiss was behind the bleachers in the gym. Like he was just spitting, stuff like that. So
how did he know that?
I don't know if he knew about the prom stuff. He was just adding it on, but that's how he got called Google. I like, man, you got to Google that stuff. He know everything. Got called Google, man.
That's funny. He said, man, know everything about the Cowboys for real.
Man, I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, man.
That's funny. Well, y'all ready to get out of here, man?
Man, you be on Twitch?
Yeah.
You DJ too, right?
Mm-hmm. I used to DJ on Twitch. I just haven't done it in a long time.
I'm gonna tell you this, dog. We got to talk, but I might need you to DJ for the Champagne Room, dog. If you don't mind.
We can figure something out.
I suck at DJing, bro. I'm DJ for hey, but my name is that DJ First Down.
First Down.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Y'all ready to get out of here? Rich, you good, man? You gotta go to sleep. What's up?
Man.
Hey, Rich, can you just do me one favor? You'll tell me the truth.
What's up?
You fell asleep on the show last night, didn't you?
Well, they was in here torching your ass in the comments about it earlier.
Man.
This is all I heard. I was like, hold on, who the hell is that sleep? And I looked over, Rich's name was lit up, dog. I said, oh, my dog is sleeping.
I did for a minute.
Hey, then I said, hey, Rich. Yeah, what's up, man? I'm good. What's happening? Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's up? Like, man. Say that man in there asleep, dog. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I saw you on here one time. You was leaning forward. I seen your head go straight down. I said, that boy out of here. And Street fucked around to ask you a question. And he was like, Rich. He was like, what's up, man? I was like, man, this man been over there asleep for 30 minutes.
Yeah, when we do the Discords, server mute all day because that man will be done in them damn snoring. I'm talking about loud.
Man, look.
We gotta put his ass in the gulag, man. Like, god damn.
That's funny.
Nah, I be getting up early. I be getting up early.
We don't get by here so you get your beauty rest, man. Hey, man.
You got my number? You got my number, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Matter of fact, do me a favor. Just hit me real quick after the show.
All
right, y'all boys. Appreciate it. And for all that know about Bambi will live to see another deer season. I didn't get a chance to go. Had to take care of some stuff here at last minute. So Bambi gets a chance to live 365. So but on 366, you know my motto: when I close one eye, they close two. So y'all better get ready.
Hey, shout out to that man out here hunting, man. Yeah, but I appreciate y'all, man.
Real quick. What do you do with, like, if you hunt a deer? What do you do with it? Are you one of them folks people who put like the antlers on their wall and stuff like that?
Of course, I got a whole disc sitting here on the damn floor. I've been trying to put up for about a year. But no, what you do, well, what I do is the very first deer, because where I go hunting is kind of overpopulated, right? So you got to manage it. And so the first deer, sometime the first two, I give to a program called Hunters for the Hungry. So they send the meat, they process it, and they send it to the soup kitchens and so forth. And then the other ones you get processed.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You get to process the sausage or cube steak or whatever you want. Mm-hmm.
That's in Orlando, right?
No, I go to Georgia to do that.
And you can hunt as many as you want?
No, they got I think it's a buck a season, or maybe it's $2. I don't know, depends. But I don't shoot a lot of bucks. I'll shoot more does than I shoot buck. If I shoot a buck, he got to have a hat rack on his head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, big ass antlers and stuff.
Yeah, because if you shoot like the does, there's so many. And a lot of people are, why you killing? Well, it's like anything else. It gets overpopulated. And like anything else, right? When stuff gets overpopulated, what happens? Stuff moves on and moves out. You know what I mean? So
right.
It's a process and a science behind all of it, though. So
yeah, up here they got a lottery. Yeah, and you gotta if you win the lottery, they'll call you and tell you. And then if you don't win, like they say, your entries will carry over to the next year, so you have more of a shot. But I think something is
it's a way for the state to make money, man.
Yeah, something that's natural as hunting shouldn't have all those fucking politics on it. That's just me, though. But
well, a lot of it too, right? Because I think in Georgia may be a little different. I may be speaking out of turn, but you have a lot of farmland. I don't know how y'all farm in North Dakota, but there's so much farmland. Deer actually destroy a lot of crops because they eat them down before they can grow. So, they don't mind doing that kind of stuff. They actually changed the age. It used to be a certain age limit. They changed that to get more people out hunting and get more people out doing it. Like I may go back in February or March and get these hogs. Like them hogs, it's 365, 24/7. You could kill them all year long. They don't kick a hogs like rats, dog.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them in Florida.
Yeah, bunch of them right there.
Wild boar.
Them wild boars. But in Georgia, they destroy, dog. They'll tear up like I got cameras. You see, man, you can see 40, 50 of them on the cameras, dog. Just going through, rooting up the entire. So, and what it's doing is actually changing crop season for different vegetables and things. Because what's happening is if, say, corn goes out and they tearing up, what they'll do is if you planted peanuts prior, like a farmer plants peanuts, then he comes back and plants corn right on top of that, they will root up the corn to get to the what they call voluntary peanuts underneath, and it'll tear the whole crop up. So now what happens? I can't produce as much corn as, say if somebody want me to make 20 acres of corn or whatever. Well, hell, they tear up 5 acres of damn corn. I'm only producing 15 acres of corn. You see what I'm saying? And then I got to spend double the money to go back and try and replant it. Well, hell, I'm 3 weeks late. So now the corn is 3 weeks late. And so it just throws all that stuff. They actually pay people to hunt that stuff. They pay people to do 8 hours a night, dog, just to sit out there, buying bullets, lunch, meal, gas, to sit there and shoot hogs all night.
Y'all talking about boars and shit. Them boars eat, like they bite people?
Nah, man. Like they dangerous. Now, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
So
how are they dangerous? What they do?
So here's what it is, right? So you will see some boar during the day, but most of them they're nighttime. And we use thermal scopes and all that stuff. And I actually got a video out there on my channel somewhere. I think it's hidden. I don't know, because YouTube was tripping. But so we use thermal scopes. You go out there and shoot them. The thing is, remember, it's pitch black out there. So when somebody starts shooting, and we try to get about 60 yards from them. So when you start shooting, them boys going everywhere, right? They running all over the place. They could run right at you. Remember, it's pitch black. The only reason we can see because you're using a thermal scope. But if you ain't watching it, I mean, they just running. You know what I mean? And sometimes they get disoriented from the echo of the trees. Like when you shooting, the echo of the trees make it bounce off, and they just trying to get back to to what they know. You know what I mean? Like if somebody was shooting at you through your front door, you're gonna turn and try to go back in the house. Well, that's the way in which you might be standing in the path of which they came into the woods. And that's just what they know. And so they're trying to go back. So yeah, you can get messed up, man, but they're not like, they ain't attacking you, dog. There's most things in the woods not going to attack you unless their babies are around or, you know, they feel like they're trapped or in danger. They're not just attacking you to attack you, dog. You can walk through the woods and it's probably 40, 50 animals see you. You never saw them, but they just sitting there chilling because they like, you're human. They're not, you bigger than them. They're not here to just mess with you. You know what I mean? Bro, I don't listen, I don't pop one 10 times with a chopper with an AK, and that boy still was going. Still was going. And you can hear it. Doop, 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 like you can hear it thumping because they got this hard shield like over their rib. And brother, you talking about a tough animal, dog? Like tough, bro. Like and smart. They smart and they tough, bro. Tough.
LV.
What LV?
Timon wore dress so similarly.
My lord.
That was Chappelle level timing right there. LV.
Him say tell that to a lion. Cause if you ever see a lion in Dawson, Georgia, walk around the woods, we in the wrong place.
You in the wrong place. Yeah.
You are the lion is.
No, if you see a lion in the woods, the lion in the wrong place and you in the wrong place, you right. But guess what? I'm the one with the GUN. So until a rabbit starts shooting back at me, I'll be out there in the woods.
Okay. I'll be with you in spirit because I ain't doing it. But anyway, shout out to y'all. We can turn this thing into Hunterville.
Don't worry about it. Hey, Mark Zuckerberg got that $270 million bunker. Y'all gonna be hungry. Talking about coach. You got any deer meat? McDonald's closed. Nah, player. Nah, go get you some chicken nuggets from over there at McDonald's, homeboy. I'm good.
What Chris said, you ever shot a silverback?
Nah, I wrestled with one before. He on the wall right now. But anyway, man, hit me up, dog.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, y'all.
See y'all guys. Bye now.
Peace.